we love sports just like you.
Welcome to the Team Podcast, episode 006. Today we've changed up locations. We're in a different location. Threw me off a little bit, but we're going to get this done. Again, as usual, I got Wells with me. Say what's up, Wells.
Sup, ladies?
And I also got Smythe on the 1 and 2s.
Can I do this then?
Just jingling a glass.
Case in point, our female population listening group is probably like 1, if not, then 0.
To that one, ladies. Sup?
So,
Shout out to Susan. Shout out
Right?
to Susan because she listens. I know she listens. Shout out to Susan.
Susan, sup?
You know it's Aaron's mom, right?
What's up? How are you?
there's no difference. There's no difference in all
Still,
that.
what's up?
Ladies, so I'm gonna start the podcast by saying something. I didn't vent this with you guys, but last week we were talking about pardon the interruption, ESPN, and blah 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 blah, and I brought up First Take's target audience, and I neglected to say it. I said I didn't want to say it, as if I was trying to protect ESPN. As soon as we were done the podcast, I said to myself, damn it, why did I do that? I don't work for ESPN. I don't like Stephen A. Smith. Why am I trying to protect them? And now I'm going to correct that. The First Take's target audience is unemployed black men.
Wow. Why?
They
First
are-
of all,
they are
let's
unemployed
start with
black men.
where did that come from?
So, if you think about what time they're on, what time are they on? 10 o'clock in the morning. 10 o'clock in the morning. They usually have rappers, black entertainers, and they have they had a pretty black girl in the middle, and they had a pretty, I think Molly Karam's Arabic, I think she's Arabic, I'm not sure. So, you can't watch their show, Smythe. You can't watch the show, Wells, because where are you? You're at work. I'm at work. I can't watch the show live.
I hear you. So you're saying he caters to like drug dealers?
No, it caters to unemployed black men, a market that is growing in the United States.
Wow.
That's who their target
That
audience
is wow.
That's who their target audience
Hold
is.
on, let me just tweet a question. Can I question that? Can I ask Twitter if that's
They're not gonna know.
If
that's
they
what,
agree
that's what
with
it
you?
is. That's what it is. That's
All
what
right.
the target audience is. So I just wanted to correct myself on that. Yeah, because again, like when we said off the top, we said we're gonna be real. We're not gonna conform, and I caught myself not being real. So I corrected myself there. So I feel better now. I feel better.
You know what?
Well,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Wells, you're quiet over there.
Just ode to the past. We always like making Wells feel uncomfortable by talking about race issues and asking his
but that's
opinion
not
on
really
them.
a race
That's
issue.
not a race issue.
You're
That's
right.
not a
It's
race
true.
issue.
It's not. How do you feel about it, though, Wells?
How I feel about that, that's the target audience?
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with it 100%.
Right.
There's also, at that time, the stay-at-home mom target audience.
I guess, but how many moms
That
are
don't
listening-
watch
watching-
podcasts,
How
yeah.
many moms are watching sports shows? That's the thing. You know, sports shows are catered towards men
Yeah, totally.
for the most part. So
But do you think that the way they run their show and the way it's programmed is, like, do you think it's geared to that audience?
well, the people they invite on and how the show looks and everything, being that Stephen A. is there and he always says he's a champion of black people. I don't believe that at all, but he always says he's a champion of black people. I think that is exactly their audience. I think that's exact unemployed black men.
There's an employed black man that I work with
Yes,
who
he loves it. He probably likes it too.
Yeah, so like I guess they post their stuff to YouTube
But does-
right away.
But does he watch the show?
I'll tell you what he watches every day. He watches the updates they upload to YouTube. I guess.
Yeah,
every
yeah,
day.
yeah.
And at the lunch break when we're having our lunch, he plays I guess the segments that he likes, and it's always for some reason they always have a topic about LeBron, the Cavs, or the Warriors.
Because that's all I know. As Stephen A. What's he thinks about the Raptors and give him his analysis. This is his analysis. Oh, I like Dwayne Casey a lot. He's a good guy.
I listened to him
Pause.
talk about the World Series, and it was pretty bad.
Oh my god.
It's not his fault. He doesn't get paid to talk about that stuff. He gets paid to talk about one man.
He's probably one of the highest paid people in sports,
Right,
To
but-
not know about sports. But
Yeah,
anyway,
they pay him to talk about LBJ.
but they're one of the highest rated shows in sports, and you don't get that way without live viewership. So who's watching it? That's all I'm saying. If you think about it logically,
Okay,
who's
all right.
watching it? You know what I mean? So
Okay.
I just wanted to correct myself on that, guys.
It's like,
I
damn.
apologize. Well, you were supposed to call me out on that. That's why I got you here. To call me out on
Call you out on what? That?
To say, hey, why are you holding back? Say it.
Man, we can't even swear in here, so I can't call you out on anything.
Thank
You know
you for
how
not
many times I want to
swearing.
drop F-bombs, C-bombs, S-bombs, CS-bombs.
You do drop them.
The C-bomb is very offensive, sir.
Yeah, well,
You
now
do
that I know
drop them.
Susan's listening, you'll never hear me say the C-bomb.
All right, so back to the regular schedule program. As usual, what do? I just go around the table and say, Smythe, what did you do this week?
I bought a house in Toronto,
Yay!
so now I'm a house poor.
So now you're poor.
Yeah, so I didn't eat lunch for the past week. It's been rough. It's been a rough time. I haven't done any of the financial aspect yet, but I know it's coming. So I'm now broke. And that was my week.
Just to let you guys know, we live in the Greater Toronto area. The average price for a house is about what? 800,000?
850, 900.
Yeah. So
I'm poor now.
when you buy one, expect to be broke.
Yeah.
Expect to be broke. What did you get up to this week, Wells?
2 things of importance, all right?
Shoot.
Non-sports related.
Shoot.
Halloween party was great.
Oh,
At
yeah.
Steam Whistle.
Yeah, you dressed up as Mario.
I was Mario.
I
not
actually
invited.
know somebody was there. His name is Matthew. He was there, too.
Oh, yeah, Matthew. I remember him.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. And
You know, we
Safari
got
Jenkins touchdown. That's my fantasy team, dog.
Oh.
Right now we're watching Thursday night game.
Yeah.
As
Okay.
usual.
So, yeah, Steam Whistle was great. Had a great time. Oh, man, there's a flag, so it's probably going to come back. Other thing, it's Call of Duty week, boys.
Yes, tomorrow. You know what? I'm not going to bed tonight. I'm going to throw it out there. I'm staying up probably till 5, 6 in the morning to get some good hours in. So,
Are you going to take a day off tomorrow?
I'm off tomorrow. I got to get some quotes done, but I will probably be playing.
I was just joking. You actually are taking a day off?
Yeah, it's a holiday. National holiday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It
Call
is
of
National
Duty.
Day?
COD Day.
Call of Duty.
But just to say, add on, this will be the first Call of Duty I've played since probably Black Ops 2.
Oh.
So a couple years now. And I like the fact that they went back into World War II, which is what drew me back. So
You're like a grandpa. You're not a fan of jumping off the walls and stuff,
jump
right?
off the walls, double jumping, shooting like laser guns. Nah, give me that real. Give me a gun, a rifle. I'll scout snipe someone. I don't care, man. I'll run and give people water if that's available. I'm a team player. So.
You know what they say? They say your skill ceiling is low.
It is low, but I'm a great team player. Not the best, but I'm a great team player.
What do you mean skill ceiling is
So the latest Call of Duty games, basically you could double jump, you can run on the walls, you could shoot laser beams that ricochet off stuff, and the skill ceiling was very high. So guys were flying left and right around, and it left casual old people like me out of the loop because I'd spawn, get murdered, respawn, and get murdered. So I stopped playing the game. I wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
So what they've done is they scaled back because Call of War, like Modern Warfare, World at War, even Black Ops to a certain extent had a skill level where everyone can enjoy it. So if you perform well, you could do special things, but you didn't have to be a superhero to get 5 or 6 kills in a row, which is what the game turned into with the latest iterations of the game.
Well, kids out there that's what they do.
They're going to hate this game because Grandpa's going to be shooting them in the face.
Yeah, I'm coming back.
All right. Let's get right into it. What most of us watched last night. The World Series, and the Astros win their first World Series ever in World Series history. Wells.
I'm really excited.
That was a good
about
intro for that. First World Series in World
ever.
Series history.
Well, the game was
lackluster.
a bit of a letdown.
I was going to say that.
I was messaging you back and forth, Wells. What did you think of the game last night?
Yeah, I'll agree with that. That it was a bit of a letdown
Compared to what we've seen.
Considering what we've seen in the last series, like in all the series, and then what we saw last year's Game 7 World Series. But any chance we get to watch, we can prolong that baseball season, I will take it. I just need that fix. Hook me up to the baseball. I want more. But we stretched our season out to the most we could. We got a Game 7, as pretty as it wasn't. But hats off to the Astros for winning their first ever World Series, like you said. And yeah, I mean, right from the get-go, the Dodgers were screwed. That error, second batter of the game, that error set the tone for the game.
True story.
They couldn't come back from that. They couldn't rally.
Yeah.
They got people on base. They couldn't score them. And that was, like I said, that era set the tone.
But here's the thing, though. Like, I understand we watched the game and it ended up not being as
Wait,
exciting
did you
as
actually
we
watch
thought.
it this time?
Yeah, I did watch the whole thing.
Okay.
Now, how many times were the Dodgers one swing away from making it interesting? And it was about 4 or 5 innings in a row.
Yeah.
So we can't say, oh, it was a lackluster, boring game. It was really, there wasn't one hit to make it as exciting as game, 5, 4, 3? Because game 6 was kind of a dud as well, right?
Well, it was close, though. So
You're right. It was a close dud. But the 3 innings before were just explosive, and you know that wasn't happening in a game 7. We saw pitchers coming off their one inning. One guy, who I forget who, but he faced the same one batter 3 games in a row. I mean, it was managed very tight by Houston.
Sorry, who are you talking about? On Houston?
Yeah, Houston was playing to win that game. There were pinch hitting batter. They're doing all kinds of stuff because they wanted to make sure this game went their way. They were not making mistakes.
Oh yeah, they swing on the first pitch. Like there's no working account with these guys. They're out to knock it out. So the right fielder, George Springer, he got MVP.
Center fielder.
Center field? Yeah. Springer, he got what's his right fielder here?
Center fielder.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
He moved.
Oh, okay. Why did you say that?
In the middle of the game,
Oh, okay.
because they took out Reddick.
Yeah.
So they moved him to right field. Maben went into center. But yes, he is their center fielder.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, that's why it has it for this game. Okay. Apologies, guys. Yeah, so he won MVP. But there were so many guys on the Astros that stood out.
Well, I mean...
yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but
Yeah,
it was pretty clear cut when you hit 5 home runs and get 12 RBIs
Pretty
that you
much.
should be the MVP. And as much, if it wasn't for him, I think if the Dodgers won, Jock Pearson would have got it. So
Yeah, I mean, they're great performances, and
Altuve?
Altuve was great. Bregman was great. Like most of the Astros were good.
now let's talk about someone who wasn't great, Mr. Darvish.
Yeah, you want to go over to the Dodgers, right? Oh, so let's go negative now. Let's go negative, because I got a lot to say with the negative.
Well-
So you, Darvish, for a second time in this series, couldn't make it out of the second. He hit more people than he actually struck out.
Right?
Just played garbage. Like, would you resign him?
Yeah,
Smythe?
hell yeah. He's going to give you a great season all the time. But what was the wild card game he played in? Was it 2 years ago? Wells, can you...
No, 2 years ago, he was injured. Last year, when he
year.
played the Jays, he was healthy and got walloped by the Jays.
In the playoffs?
Yes.
In the play... in
Game
the-
2 of the division series last year.
Right. I don't know if he's a playoff pitcher. Remember the same problem
that a
with
thing?
Price?
Is that a thing?
100%.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Look at David Price. Look
Yeah.
at Kershaw earlier in his career. Some guys like even Kluber, like to an extent this year. Like look what he was the clear cut Cy Young winner this year, and he couldn't get it done in the
Didn't
playoffs.
Verlander have that bit of that reputation too as well?
No, Verlander's always been a horse, but I mean, like even in these playoffs, he wasn't like he was good. He had
Not
like
stellar,
one
though.
really good start,
Yeah.
and a couple of quality starts, but not like look at Charlie Morton for the Astros,
Yeah.
who was untouchable
Lights
for
out.
all the games he pitched, and then he closed it out. Like if you had told me in July that the Astros were going to win the World Series and Charlie Morton would get the save, and that would be his third game he pitched in the series, and I'd be like,
Yeah.
get out of here.
You know what, though? Some guys under pressure can make their pitches. And I don't care how good you are. If you're not good under pressure and hitting your spots, you're going to get lit. And that's where I think Darvish doesn't shine. I think when the lights are on...
But he was good in the previous series, so to say he's not a playoff series, like he was excellent in the previous series.
He had one start in the previous series.
Yeah, but he was good. He was good in that series. But like to say he's not a playoff pitcher, I don't know if I like all these things where people say that you're a playoff player or not. I don't know if I just believe
If
it.
you don't make it
Especially
out of the
in
second inning twice in a series, we can't say you're a good pitcher.
He had about 2 games. That's all it
Yeah,
is.
when it matters the most.
Right.
There's a reason why they traded for you, right? There's a reason why they gave up a future stud and a couple other guys. I know he's a free agent after this year, but like, there's a reason why they made that trade.
And that's why he started over Kershaw in Game 7. He shouldn't have.
Well,
'cause it-
Kershaw was only on 2 days rest.
But if Kershaw's going to pitch anyway,
yeah, I agree with that.
right, the guy that gets rocked shouldn't go in again. I mean, that's just bad judgment. In my eyes, you have 2 guys. One guy lights out. He's your hands down star. Other guy
Yeah.
you trade for, the guy you traded for got rocked.
Yeah.
Why would you put him back
And
in?
they also had the option to go to Alex Wood, too, to start the game. And they used him out of the pen as well, who's kind of like a Kershaw light this year. Actually had a really good year. But, yeah, they went with Darvish. And, like, can you blame them, though, right? Like, there's a reason, again, why they brought him in.
I mean, yes, you can blame them because he pitched in this series against this lineup before and failed, right?
No, that's a good point.
Goes to my number one beef is Is there anyone to blame for this for Dodgers losing?
It's Game 7. They made it that far. That's as far as you can get in a season, and they lost by 4. I mean, you could point. It's funny because if you lose a game in July, the same way they would have lost today, no one points a finger at the manager, right? But because it's magnified under this huge spotlight,
unless you live in Toronto.
Yeah,
they point fingers at the manager all the time. But anyway, continue.
But that's because the media, that's what we face, right? You don't know what they do in
I think
LA,
it's more fans that point to the manager. But anyway, go. Sure. Sorry, we're not talking about Jays. We're talking about Dodgers.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm just saying though, like, there's nothing really like. I know there were such short leashes in the playoffs when it came to starters, and you stuck to your horses in the offense. You usually ride the hot hand. There was really nothing that the managers did other than maybe throwing Morrow out in Game 5 again. That was really a bad decision.
And pulling Hill early. There's a lot. I don't know. There's a lot of to me. There's a lot of questionable decisions that Roberts made. I don't know. Yeah. I don't like. I think Roberts. He writes down what he wants to do in the beginning of the game. He writes it down,
sticks to the script,
and then he sticks to the script, no matter what the pitcher's doing. And that's what I hate the way managers manage the bullpens nowadays. And you saw it in the series the way that every time you went to the bullpen for both teams, it was both teams, so I can't really knock them. It was both teams. That's when the offense just came alive. That's when the home runs started flying out of the park.
Everyone got rocked in this series.
Yeah,
so it's hard to
when they went to the bullpen.
There weren't really any great decisions. I guess except Morton. It was the only thing that people, like, the change that got made that made sense. But like when the series was 2-2, I put out a poll on Twitter and 75% picked the Astros. So
yeah,
I don't know if they managed the games better or if the Dodgers made more mistakes, but
they went for it. I feel they just
I love their balls to the wall attitude.
Yeah, they went for it. And kids, if anyone tells you that the Astros are going to make it back to the World Series next year, tell them to shut up. Because, especially in baseball, a couple years ago, it was what was the theory? It was bolster your bullpen and steal bases, like Kansas City. Where's Kansas City now? Nowhere. The year before, after that, Cubs win. They won by just hitting the ball. Pitchers, where are they now?
Well, they were
close.
Well, they were in the playoffs.
Close.
I feel like the Cubs and Dodgers are made of the same DNA.
All I'm trying to say is, like, people just keep rewriting the book in baseball, and it keeps changing. Like, someone's gonna come up with another way to play baseball and win the World Series. So, and the Astros probably won't make it back. So, I'm just saying they probably won't. That's just the way baseball goes. The same thing in hockey too. Like, they just. It's rough in that sport.
I can't imagine baseball coming back from this clubbing home run season they had. People liked watching what happened this year. I feel like you're going to get this for a couple of years to come because small ball was the king in the playoffs last year. This season, small ball was there, didn't get far. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, the ball's clubbing. Anything else you guys want to touch on the World Series?
Not just the World Series, but we had a good year for baseball. I think this year
it was.
It started off in March. I know we don't really talk about it or revisit it much, but we had the World Baseball Classic, and I don't know if you guys ever watched it. But
no, I never watched it.
No, it was no, that's fair. Like
I don't. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest. I never watched it.
Yeah, it's tough, right? But like it was. I watched pretty much every game when I was in Mexico, and it was great. It was a great appetizer for the season that we had.
Yeah, I heard you and DeFeo were talking about it.
A lot of players started the season in mid-season form because Stroman came out the gate flying from pitching through that. And I thought it was great for baseball that they had those guys playing important games before the season started because no one cares about spring training, right? So, like, Stroman skipped spring training, right, to go play in the Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
And I think that was the right decision for him and a lot of the guys that did it because those guys came out flying. And
owners would probably tell you,
hell no.
No.
No way. No way they want to see that. But
I guess it's good for baseball.
It was good.
I don't think it doesn't get very good ratings anyway in this country anyway.
I don't.
But like I said, any more baseball, just give it to me. I don't care where it is, where it's played.
You're biased.
How competitive it is, just show me.
Just show me.
All right, switching gears. We're going to get to Smythe's favorite topic, the Maple Leafs.
Yay. I'm not going to play this song because it wasn't a good week.
Well, no.
Yeah,
I mean,
continue.
We won last night.
Yeah, but the three before that.
You said we won.
Yeah. You know what? My favorite thing Babcock said was when we started this season, we probably weren't as good as everyone thought. And the last couple of games, we probably weren't as bad as everyone thought. And that was a perfect way to segue what happened in the past week and a bit with the Leafs.
Have you noticed the way Babcock's talking now? When he first got here, he was saying, it's on me, blame me. Yeah, that's my fault. I didn't coach him properly, blah, blah, blah. Now, this year, especially, is like, no, they screwed up. No, they did that wrong. Yeah, they did that wrong. So it's more tough love. It's like, yeah, now you guys are professionals. Let's tighten it up. Let's get everything done.
The thing I admire about Babcock is he let his kids grow, and they came up faster than we thought. But now it's like we expect these kids to win. If they don't win, it's on them. Like exactly what you said, Nash. He's looking like someone who's grooming these guys to be champions, and I'm liking the process, win or lose, right now.
Yeah. you guys both looked at me like I need that on.
I need something else from you.
I just want your input on it or something.
Nah, I didn't listen to any post game stuff or any of that mumbo jumbo. I just watch, and you can kind of tell from there, like what you can get your information from that, right? Like I'm not a big post game scrum media guy, except for when it comes to listening to Gibbons.
Except for baseball.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sure. Like if he wants to throw more onus on the players, I think that's good. This is his third year with the team, so he can't keep babying them because they're not babies anymore.
That is true. Do you think the Leafs should start making moves now, like the trading guys, moving guys?
No, it's the 2nd of November.
I'm just saying to
no, by trade deadline you're saying? Like what do you think's
trade
gonna
deadline's
happen?
in March.
Trade deadline, anything. Like do you think it's time? Do you think it's time for Leafs to start trading guys?
I think they're gonna
guys?
seriously think about Nylander and what they could get for him because
Really?
you can't sign them all. Like what are you gonna do?
Do you think this is the time to sign up to?
I think you do it if you want to win this year, and I think the window's opening this year. I think you make that move. I know.
I don't think Nylander should
you
be,
are a Leaf fan. You are a Leaf fan for sure.
I don't think Nylander should be dealt. No way. Because I think if you're going to trade for someone, unless it's like a top 10 player, then okay. If you're going to make that deal, like you're going to trade for someone big, that's different. But if you're just dumping him because you can't sign him in the future, I don't think they should make that move now. Because
doesn't Nylander and Matthews play together?
Yeah.
Yeah. So who's going to play with Matthews if you trade him?
Someone else. Matthews is great.
No, no.
No, I think they complement each other very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nylander is a wizard with the puck. Just finding room, making plays, making passes. I that would be devastating if he left because I think he's just as important as Matthews is.
Yes,
and they're important to each other.
I think those are the two guys they're not going anywhere on that team. Those are the two guys.
One of them's odd man out.
Well, he won't. And Morgan Riley.
How do you figure? Most teams keep two guys.
No, you got Marner too. Between Marner, Nylander, and Matthews, one of the three of them is going to go. So
Marner and Nylander.
I understand. But who's going to garner more value? If you're looking for solid defense, who's going to garner more value? If you want to get far, you need defense.
On this team.
I know that's what you trade for. They need to do something if they want to go far in the playoffs ever. Period. Mm-hmm. And the one piece they have that they can afford to part with would be him.
Yeah, I think you're wrong. I think you're completely wrong on that. And again, and again, think about it. Thinking as a complete Leaf fan, you are thinking win now because the window's closing. I'm like,
opening.
These guys are like, how old are they? How old is this guy? Like, how old is Matthews? 23?
Yeah,
Matthews is 20. He's
20.
Yeah.
Nylander's 20. Like, if not younger.
21.
Like, and you're looking to trade these guys? No, my friend. The way and you're thinking, yeah, we're going to win the cup this year. No, they're not winning the cup this year.
You know what? You compete. You start competing for the cup event. You'll win it once in a while.
If they don't win the cup, they can go farther than they did last year, and that's a step forward.
That's right.
And then next year, you go another step forward.
Dude, what did Edmonton do? They want to win a cup. They move one of their big pieces, right? You have to do it. It's not one of those things where
How's that working out for them?
Yeah.
Don't give it time. Give it time.
How's that working out for them?
You're 10 games into it. They're 10 games in.
What Smythe is saying is kind of what we're going to have to fall into eventually is because we can't afford all these players, right?
I get that, but not
at
now.
one point the Edmonton Oilers, they had Taylor Hall, they had Connor McDavid, they had Jordan Eberle, they had Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and they had Neil Yakupov, right?
Yes.
At one point they had all those, and now they only have two of those.
Yeah.
Right?
It looks like they got rid of the wrong guy, but
I don't think they should have got rid of Eberle. I don't think they should have got rid of Hall.
Yes,
they should have got rid of Hopkins.
Yeah.
But that's the way it goes. So I think the Leafs will have to eventually go down that path.
I don't think
one
so.
of Marner, one of Nylander is going to have to go. Maybe even
Marner.
Connor Brown, Zach Hyman. Someone's got to go. it's inevitable, right?
I'm looking
When
more
you
at
have a
those guys.
cap-
If I'm the Leafs, I wouldn't give up Matthews or Nylander. That's just not happening.
I agree.
And to your point, where you're thinking they're going to win the cup, they can't sustain winning like this.
I'm not saying they win the cup this year. What I'm saying is they want to build a team that's going to win the cup. They got to trade one of those pieces, get a young stud D-man, and build a foundation that can win a cup, right? So, and I don't think if they wait another year or 2 years, then
The value's only going to go up on those guys. And plus, there is no which defenseman would you go after anyway.
I think Nylander might be up this year, which is one of the reasons why I think he's the guy that's got to go. Because he played a year in the minors, right? Played last year, and now he's in this year. That's 3. I'm pretty sure he's up. But they have to make a choice, and you need to get good return. I don't know if Marner's A, sizable enough, or B, talented enough to get the return that you need.
You won't get the return,
right?
much.
So you got one option, technically, if you want to be a cup contender.
Yeah, I don't think I'd probably give up Marner there.
Yeah, but you're not going to get as much
Back.
as you
But
would.
then you're giving up. It's like saying, yeah, I got to get rid of Kane.
Yeah, it's
I wanna
like,
keep
it's like saying
Taves.
trading Malkin. You're
Like,
right.
you're not like no.
You're right.
That's the guy you're not giving up. In my opinion, you're just not giving him up.
I think the Leafs are good enough outside of those two that they can still compete if they put solid
No, they're
defense
not.
behind them.
They're not. They're really not. They're
Hater,
not.
hater,
No, those two guys are
hater.
awesome. Those two guys are awesome.
They are good.
And they play. And the way they play right now, it's not sustainable. They give up way too many goals. They're gonna get figured out eventually. This
figured out.
high.
They've
that
already
you-
been
this-
figured out. They're
this-
giving up too many goals.
Yeah, this high that Leaf fans are on because already the Hurricane and who else was it? New Jersey. They're arguably faster than those guys, and they torch them. So this high that the Leafs are on right now, it's gonna come back down to earth. Can they still make?
It
Can
has
they
come back down to
Can
earth.
they make playoffs still? Yeah, because they're at 500 now, aren't they?
No,
I think they're at 500.
no, they're 8-5.
Are they 8-5? Sorry.
Yeah, man, they're
They
good.
just
enough.
haven't scored as much as they did.
Yeah, sorry, they're 8-5. Sorry, I was
The
getting
last
wrong.
6 games, I think they haven't scored more than 3 goals. So
Yeah.
people are like, "What's going on here?" Because they came out of the gun. They came out of the gates just blazing, right?
But no one's gonna pump 5-6 goals a game. So
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at Vancouver previously. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, they're 8-5. So
That's not 500.
no, not they're way over 500, and no loser points this time because last year they had the most loser points of any team going to the playoffs.
I think they won every overtime game so far,
Yeah,
which is nice. But like, it's luck in overtime. I think it's once that whistle goes in the regulation, it's a crapshoot, right?
usually. Let's go to also another favorite topic of Smythe is the Montreal Canadiens. I want to ask you guys, this.
And that's talking Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, they suck. I want to ask you guys because Jones down goes Jones.
Zay Jones, he gone. Watch this. Boom. Oh,
ow.
He stuck
Okay,
his
sorry.
leg out.
We actually paused it to watch for a second. All right, so the Montreal Canadiens. I want to ask you guys a question. What did you see in the preseason or previous years that made you guys think that the Montreal Canadiens wouldn't make the playoffs?
Previous years.
They can't score.
And that was basically it.
That you need to. Last time I checked, when you play hockey, you need to score more goals than their team to win a
This
game.
is true. This is true.
Okay, that's it. That's all I gotta say.
That's all you saw.
They got no one who can score.
You know what? I knew they'd have trouble. I didn't think it'd be this much trouble. And I think it's just gotten to their heads at this point where they can't produce like anything. Because
He's looking at you.
Druin's there, Radulov, like they have guys that put the puck in the net in the past. When you think about it, and it's just not happening this year.
You know what though? I've always looked at that team and I've never been like, who has been like in the last couple of years a prolific scorer from that team?
They don't have a prolific scorer, but they allow you to score 2 and they score 3. Right?
They always Carey Price always bailed them out.
Yeah, they should be good enough to put in 3 goals with this lineup they have now. The fact it's not happening.
Should they?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they're this bad. I didn't think they'd be great. And Tampa Bay coming back in that division, thought they'd be in trouble.
This division actually looks like the best division.
Right.
Now.
But I didn't think that they'd have so much issues putting the puck in the net that they can't win anything.
Yeah.
I thought you were waiting for him to speak because you had something to come back with.
I just want to ask. I know, I don't if I speak, then I'm just going to go on a rant and just start yelling and Firebirds, man.
Let it out, man.
And I already went on my rant yesterday, and it felt pretty good. And so, I just wanted to get in your guys' head and see what I didn't see. I just thought, these guys have won the division previously, and
They won 8-3 on Tuesday.
well, for the last 5 years they've been the best team in Canada.
No, not last year.
Yeah, last year they were. They were the
Last
best
year
team.
they didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah, they did. They won the division.
Last year?
Yeah, last
they
year.
did.
You're talking about the year that Carey Price went down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're talking about that year that Carey Price
Shows you
went
how
down.
much I follow.
Jesus. It is
Yeah,
a
so
sports show.
There was the one year.
Yeah, it was
okay,
Carey Price
not-
got injured. They went up. They got that great high.
Yeah, okay.
Carey Price got hurt.
So that wasn't last
and
year.
then
That was the
they
year
got-
before.
That was the year before.
Okay, last
Yeah,
year
yeah.
I was in a coma. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it was true. We visited him and everything. We gave him flowers and everything. It was very sad. We were scared for a second.
Send dudes.
Let's go around the NHL a little bit. Ottawa Senators.
Suck. No, that's
Well, they're 5-2-5. Seventh in the East.
5-2-5. That means they've lost in overtime or shootout 5 times.
Yes. Okay. I was gonna point to you.
Point to me, baby. Point. To
So people are like wondering, it's like, what the hell is 5-2-5?
me. The last one is an overtime or a shootout loss, so it's 1 point, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for 1 point.
So in hockey, you work on a 2-point system, kids.
Oh, yeah. I know that.
Yeah. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to
Talking
the
to
people.
Susan, I got it.
I'm not talking to you. So in hockey, we work on a 2-point system. You get 2 points for regulation win. You get a 0 for a regulation loss, and you also get 1 point for if you get into overtime and you lose. So you also get.
But you also get 2 points if you win.
So any,
That's what I said, 2 points
any
for
game that
regulation.
goes into
Regulation.
overtime is a 3-point game.
Sorry, if you win, you get 2 points. Sorry, if
Yeah.
you win, you get 2 points. Sorry, apologies. When you win, you get 2 points. When you go into overtime and lose, you get 1 point. But if you flat out lose in regulation, you get 0 points.
Yeah, anything over regulation time is a 3-point game. One team
Yeah.
gets 2 points, the other team gets 1
Yeah,
point.
yeah. So when you see that that third line on the box score, that stands for the one time they got that point in overtime loss, and that's what I'll refer that to loser points. This is a way of Gary Bettman artificially making parity in the league. Another problem with the NHL. But anyway, the Senators. I don't know where you guys had them at, but I didn't think
They lead the league in overtime losses with 5. I'll be honest
Sense.
with you, it's a great strategy to pick up some extra points. If you can drag games into overtime, it's half a win at the end of the day.
That's what the NHL has been
Right,
for
so-
last. However, as soon as they introduced this point system, that's what NHL has been. That's why it's been so boring because most teams in NHL would play not to lose.
Yeah.
Because so if you're a bad team and you can get to overtime, at least you'll get that point. And
you
that's why
can-
hockey's been so boring.
For last. If you can turn half your losses into 1-point losses, you're in the playoffs almost every year.
Mm-hmm.
And teams obviously know this. I do like teams that like put that random guy in just for the shootouts. I enjoy it. I kind of like it.
I hate shootouts.
Kind of
I
like
hate
it.
shootouts. But it sounds, they're playing well. Didn't expect them to be this good.
I like the 3-on-3 overtime though. That's pretty exciting.
No, it is. It is. It's a bit gimmicky for me. I do get excited. I do watch it and I like it, but it's a bit gimmicky because anytime you have to decide a game on something that actually doesn't look like the game,
Yeah.
I agree.
it's gimmicky. It's like if NBA when they go into halftime, now let's play half court basketball with 3 guys. That's not the game we were playing this whole time.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Do you know what? You know what makes sense though? Like when you get 3-on-3, you're getting star power versus star power. So it's only 5 minutes, so it's like very fast paced,
Yeah.
and you're getting the best of both teams. So if
And
you
know
want to
what,
see
man,
like
the fans like it.
right,
No, they do.
and that's
They do.
one thing about it that I do enjoy is that you pay to see these guys. It's 3-3. Now the best guys are hitting the ice for 5 minutes. See if someone could put a goal in.
Yeah, it's like
Right?
if you were to do baseball and you were tied after 9 and you did a home run derby
Yeah,
Yeah.
to
exactly.
decide the winner.
You know,
Like, it would be
that's
nice
amazing.
to watch. See,
I would watch that.
it'd be cool to watch, but after a while, you'd be like, okay, like what
seen it 100
did I
times,
play?
though.
What did I play those 9 innings for?
That's what the
this?
shootout reminds me of. When
Yeah.
it's like you know 3 guys take a shot and whatever. I'm like, kind of takes. Now it's not even a team sport
What
anymore.
did I play all sports
Yeah,
for?
yeah.
Someone
It's
to
not
just
even a
be
team
lucky.
game anymore at that point.
I mean, like soccer does it too, right? So
Well, I hate it in
I
soccer
hate
even more.
soccer, too. It's just-
Mainly
like, I'm-
because it like decides the World Cup. Like that's ridiculous.
what'd you say? Oh man, an F-bomb. The first one.
So Ottawa's playing well right now. Carlson's basically one of the best players in the league right now. Yeah, and I'm looking for you guys to throw in some. Just throw in
I don't know,
some.
man. I haven't watched much Ottawa hockey.
No? I would swear you guys were talking on the podcast because I know DeFeo's a Ottawa fan.
Yeah.
DeFeo's an Ottawa fan?
Yeah, he's an Ottawa fan.
That's embarrassing.
All right.
Speaking of, he'll be here in 2 weeks.
I know.
Yes. Stay tuned
We're going
for.
to do the round table with the four of us. Horseplay and the team podcast.
And we are going to rip him on being an Ottawa fan. Clearly, like, that's just...
Any other teams stand up to you guys in the
NHL? Vegas is
The
coming down to
Knights.
earth. But
well, they're on their fourth goalie.
They're in trouble.
They-
They're
Well,
on their
I
fourth,
had no
they're on their
idea.
fourth goalie, and they're on the road. They
They're-
had a 7-game homestand, and now they're on the road. They lost their first 2 games on the road trip, and last I checked, they were tied tonight. So
Yeah.
Well, how else do you launch a franchise? Right? Like,
Yeah, it's
really, you're launching a new franchise. You give them a bunch of home dates,
Yeah.
let them win a bunch of games. Hopefully
some
people
hope.
come to watch.
Yeah. Give some hope.
100%.
They actually have some players on that team. I think they're probably at the end of the year or maybe whatever. And they're probably going to start dumping guys just because they want to get younger faster and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting for now. Exciting for now. Let's see who this. I don't even know who is in net for them. I don't even know.
Who played tonight? They lost, by the
they
way.
had a
2-1.
19-year-old backup.
It's
yeah,
over.
who didn't even see? Like they're on their fourth goal league.
Oh, Legacy.
Oh no, it's not. It's Maxime Lagacé.
Legacy.
Is he Legacy's brother?
I don't know, man.
The worst version?
And they lost again.
Yeah, they lost 2-1.
Yeah.
Well, they're 8-4. Oh, no.
Yeah, they've lost 3 in a row on the road trip.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
they have
and-
no goalies.
Here's what I
That's
think.
2-1 is not their fault.
Yeah.
No.
The goalie's fault.
I think at the end of the year, they'll be barely holding on or not in the playoff picture. And,
But enjoy the ride while you can.
yeah, what do you want from those guys?
Yeah. Anything
They're
else-
like cast-offs, right? Unprotected players from the rest of the league.
anything standing out to you in the NHL there, Smythe?
Tampa Bay, first of all,
Yeah.
is who I thought they were. They're just roasting people.
Yeah.
But after that, it's turning into status quo, which I didn't think I'd see a return.
With
to,
the Lightning,
right?
you mean? With the Lightning, you mean?
Well, you know what? The teams that we're seeing are teams that we're expecting to see, right? New Jersey's surprise, okay.
Yeah, a bit of a surprise. I thought they'd be at the bottom, but they got the young guys playing and they're skating very fast.
Yeah.
What about no one saying anything about the Arizona Coyotes
The Coyotes.
and their one?
Were we
win.
supposed to think they're going to be good? But they
Come
were.
on.
But we said they're not going
They
to be.
shouldn't even be in the league. They shouldn't even be in the league.
Well,
Like,
they've been
we
saying
knew
that
they'd
for
be
over a
terrible.
decade.
Yeah. We said they'd be bad.
I got to be honest. I haven't looked at a Coyote game in forever. Like they shouldn't even be in the league. But for some reason, Gary Bettman he's in love with them.
Well, if it wasn't for the Coyotes, there would be no Austin Matthews, and that's the truth.
I don't know if that's true,
I
but
mean-
whatever. He did skate in a program that he came up in a program that they had, like a junior program that they had for the youth. So yeah, I guess I got that. That's somewhat true, I guess.
And he was in the audience when Ovechkin scored that ridiculous goal in his back, where he was sliding and was on his back, and he, I don't know, you guys know what the goal I'm talking about, right?
And Matthews
Yep,
was like,
yep.
"That's what I want to do with my life."
He's like, I want to be a Maple Leaf and do that same thing. Is what he said basically. So
He said he wanted to be Maple Leaf.
no, he didn't say that.
I would say that never came out of his mouth.
Come on, man, that's a good story.
I guess.
He was there.
Yeah. He
talks
he's
about that
out of
often.
Phoenix. Yeah.
So I think if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have that player. So we can't really knock them anymore. Although they shouldn't have a
And
franchise.
before
should knock
Austin
them, but
Matthews,
should
they shouldn't have had it.
Before. And yeah, if we didn't have Austin Matthews on another team, I'd be like, yeah, get rid of that team. They're bums.
But
who
it's like
knows?
we talk about like parity. If you look at all the divisions, there's teams with like 3 wins, 4 wins, 5 wins, 6 wins. Like the playoffs were decided probably by like 4 points,
It always is.
right?
That's Gary Bettman's. Like Gary Bettman is sitting in his bed masturbating to this.
Some people like
This
it,
is-
and
this is
some
what he
people
loves.
like are like, I don't really care.
Well, if ratings and money is your indication, a lot of people don't like it.
Well, again, there's half the country doesn't have snow. It's very hard to sell a sport where half the country, no idea, they can't identify.
Half the country, you mean America?
America.
Yeah, half America. Well, America, half the teams are in sunshine.
LA seems to be doing fine.
I know you say that to all
And
the time.
Tampa.
And Tampa.
Well, they're just a good team. Do people go watch the games? There's
And
a
Ottawa
difference.
Senators, they have a good team, and nobody's going to go see. So your snow theory is
Snow
out the
theory.
window.
Well,
nobody goes
there's-
see the Ottawa Senators.
I think that's the reason. Kids don't
For
play,
what?
but people don't go watch hockey because the kids don't
the
play.
stadium is also in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, right.
Canada.
Canada?
Canada.
Well, it's Ottawa. I think Canada,
No,
for
but
the
it's not
most
in
part,
Ottawa.
is fine.
It's not in Ottawa. It'd be the equivalent of
The Leafs playing in Hamilton.
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Is it or is it Burlington?
No, it would be like Brampton.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it'd be like the equivalent of being in Brampton.
I feel like the same distance. Say the truth.
It might be.
Yeah, but it's Brampton. It's not. It's different. Like like if you're here in Toronto,
Yeah.
and like it's like the metropolis, right? Like
But,
all these people
like,
here.
yeah.
An
So you
NHL
can just
team.
go to a game
Yeah.
for the sake of going to a game. Whereas Ottawa, like you can't just like
Can't just jump. You
can't-
got to get in your car and drive out
yeah,
there.
exactly.
Yeah. Well, like there's an NHL team in Texas, Arizona. I think LA's got the population.
No, but they actually like the Kings.
They
They
like
go see
watching.
the Kings. They like it. They like the Kings. Same with the Ducks. People go see Anaheim Ducks. They
Not
like.
last night.
Oh well, people like the Ducks. Sharks. I'm not. I've
Sharks are good. They're fine.
No, but do people actually go?
Yeah, Sharks are fine.
I think you can get tickets for $40 at the 100 level in any of those cities.
No, it's not true at all.
And it's not
That's-
the case.
that's not-
Nashville. No,
No, that's not true at all. But nice try.
Even Tampa, not really.
That's nice.
I'm
try.
going to StubHub it right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
That-
look,
nice try.
well, make
Yeah,
sure
you guys
find
move
the
on.
game.
I'm going to StubHub.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, man. You stub.
All right, you StubHub away. Another team I was going to say was the Vancouver Canucks, 6-4-2. Let me throw out a couple of names for you guys and see if you can figure out what these guys have in common. Dorset, Havak, Shutter, Gruntland, Bursey. Can you guys tell me what these guys have in common on the Vancouver Canucks?
They're not on my fantasy team, so I don't care about them.
They all have more minutes, averaging more minutes than the Sedins.
Wow. Eh?
Oh, come on. The Sedins are, in their
But
twilight.
that's the point. That's the point. That's why these guys are playing better, I think. I think Travis Green, the coach of Vancouver, has said to these guys, hey, you guys aren't good.
It's not that they're not good. It's just
They're
they
not-
need
they're
to
not.
utilize them more in different ways. So don't have them penalty kill. Don't they only play the power play.
They're not as good as they were. So now,
No.
like before, they were playing heavy minutes. And before they're playing heavy minutes, sorry, somebody showed something and then I got distracted. Before they were playing heavy minutes,
Wait,
and
were they
they were
playing
just-
heavy minutes before?
yeah, yeah, like I said it 3 times, and they suffered for it. That's why they were last. Now they're actually letting the young guys play, and look what's happening.
Well,
It seems to be a
the
turnaround.
league should always be getting younger. There's very few guys that can still produce at how old is Sedin's now? 30.
36,
36.
37?
How many
like that.
guys are still producing at that age? Patrick
There's a
Marleau,
couple. Joe
There's a couple.
Thornton.
Joy Thornton. Is Joy Thornton still producing?
I mean,
You said his name because you like him. Is he still producing though?
he's
He's so good.
He
Yeah,
gets
he was good.
assists.
Yeah, he was good last year. No, he was good last year. I remember him. Yeah, he was good last year. Yeah, he was so good.
That was said with zero confidence. You were like, yeah, he was good. He was good.
Yeah, he's good. Oh, and there goes Mike. You also got Nielsen, the goaltender, who's 3-1 right now with 2 shutouts. Like Vancouver, Nielsen, the goaltender for Vancouver, 3-1, 2 shutouts. Like Vancouver's a little bit of a surprise to me. Anyway, I thought they would be
Worse?
at the bottom again.
I hear you.
Talk to me in December.
This is also true. This is also true.
Okay, it's like 5 games
early
away.
days. It's early days. So let's move on to the NFL.
Let's do it.
The NFL. Couple things in the NFL. One, we got the Texas owner saying that you can't let the
Inmates run the asylum.
No, he didn't say asylum.
I know. He said,
said
the prison.
prison.
He messed up, and
He
it
messed
wasn't.
up.
I think he didn't. It wasn't a racial overtone. He literally just said the wrong thing, and people took it the
And he
wrong
apologized. He apologized
way.
twice.
Of course, he apologized because
Right
he's like,
away. It's not
I
like
didn't
someone called him out, he
understand.
said it
People
right-
were offended,
Yeah.
and that's where I think we should stop when it
Okay.
comes to that.
So, by saying that, now I'm a white male, so nothing
Yes.
offends me,
Yeah.
right? As to black males, did you find that offensive in any bit?
I knew that it didn't come from a place of racism. I think he knew it came from the place of can't let the employees run the show.
Yes.
If he said
Which is
the
what you
word
just said
asylum, no one would have said anything. He said the word prison, and when someone pointed out to him, he was like, I
No,
was
actually, nobody
wong.
pointed- nobody
I
pointed
am.
out to him.
Oh, he said himself?
He said himself. He apologized himself. He said
Because he understood, you know what, it could be taken the wrong way. And that's where I would leave that.
And I disagree because the NFL owners have created this environment. This is what the NFL owners have done. It's us against you guys. It's non-guaranteed contracts against this. This is why. And then right after, all the players, pretty much all the players except for 5, kneel the next game.
Now,
Now, wait. This is what the owners have done, and I've been talking to you about this for a while now, Smythe. I think the players are looking at this and going, "We are tired of how we're being treated. We're seeing the NBA making all this money. We're seeing MLB make all this money, and we have no guaranteed contracts. But yet, we're generating the most money out of all these sports by far. And now it's like, yeah, we're tired of this. We are tired of this. We want our fair shake. We want our power back.
The owners have a tighter grip on the league, the tightest grip of all the major sports. This is true. But I think it's the same thing that's said from any employer-employee relationship, right? The people that own the things make more money. It's just the way the world works.
Okay, and this, you're wrong thinking. So what happened when what was the owner of the Clippers?
Sterling.
Donald Sterling.
Donald Sterling.
Yeah, that's it.
I think that's the wrong name, but whatever. It's Donald Sterling. So what happened when that happened? He says, and what did Silver say? You can't offend our partners like that. You have to go.
That was a bit different, though.
I get that, but no.
What's your team worth?
No.
We'll pay you 150% of that if you go now.
Actually, the NBA didn't get rid of him, but whatever. That's a whole different story.
Okay.
Steve Ballmer did.
No, they didn't. His wife actually got them out. Got her husband out because she wanted that money. But anyway, that's a whole different story. But my point is the phrasing that Adam Silver used. You can't offend our partners, meaning the players.
Yes.
Well, you can believe that or not. You can say, yeah, they're really not their partners. You're really employees. But the way the owners view the players is,
no,
we're in this together.
Yes.
That's the perception of it. We're in this together.
Perception is a fantastic word.
But the players believe it. The players believe it in the NBA. They don't believe that in the NFL.
Understandable.
And that's why they're angry. We're generating money. You don't tune in on Sunday, Smythe, to watch Jerry Jones on TV. You don't.
No, but that's his team.
I understand that.
But he owns them.
Yeah.
I understand that. But you're not so if all the players decided, hey, we're going to go start our own league, where they can't really.
Then go ahead and do it.
They don't have the money.
Where are you going to go? Where are you going to put your eyeballs? You're going to go watch those players. You don't care about Jerry Jones.
You're going to watch those players. The thing is, you're 100% right, and that's why it's actually a partnership. But at the end of the day,
it should be a partnership.
The owners own the league. The teams belong to the owners.
I get that.
The owners pay the players to be there.
The same thing in the MLB.
Right.
The owners own.
Now,
I get that. But the way I think leagues should run, this is just me,
is a 50-50 partnership.
They should be partners.
Right.
Right now, they're having issues with ratings. They're having issues with viewership. And they can't concentrate on those problems because they're fighting with the players now. Like, a fight has been started with the players now.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. You can afford to pay these players more and make them happy, which is the problem the NFL has. The NFL will never have an issue where teams are losing money, right? Where other leagues have that issue. The NFL does not have that issue.
NBA doesn't have that issue.
I know. It's like they don't have it. And they still choose, the NFL still chooses to not pay the players at the same rate as the other leagues.
Yeah.
Right? So NFL players should be making the most. They don't. And the reason why is because a lot of kids play football. You can find another superstar. And leagues dump their stars all the time.
Yep.
And
the turnover rate is so quick.
Right? The Dolphins running back got traded for a 4th round pick last week.
Yeah.
4th round.
Not for every player. You can't find a Tom. You can't find Aaron
Rodgers. Tom Brady you pay.
But how many superstars in the NBA, too? That's the same thing in the NBA. There's only 10 real superstars? And the same thing in every league. There's only 10 real superstars.
The NFL will trade a superstar for a 5th rounder.
No, they won't.
And they just did.
He's not a superstar.
Well, he's not playing great. He didn't play great for 8 weeks.
Are they going to trade? Is Green Bay going to trade?
Yeah, but he also only played great for 8 weeks last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are they going to trade Aaron Rodgers? Are they going to trade Tom Brady?
No.
Are they going to trade Cam Newton? No, they're not trading those guys.
Peyton Manning got released.
It's true.
You guys
back because who was coming in?
We don't forget
another superstar.
No, they just had a first pick, right?
Because they knew they were going to get Andrew Luck.
Arguably the greatest quarterback of all time got released. You got the NFL doesn't hold players in the same regard as the NBA does, and you have to get that straight before anything else.
But there's also 53 active players on NFL rosters.
That's also true. That's why they can't. Yeah, that's
NBA,
another,
right?
That's another reason they can't. They can't all get paid
No,
superstar money.
They can't.
No.
And you know what?
They can guarantee more money though.
Sure, and they should, and that's something that in 2019 or 20, whenever the new CBA is coming in, that's something that the players' union has to agree on and figure out.
They will get less.
They know what they're getting into when they start playing football and they want to make it a career. They know what they're getting into. So if they can have that choice of whether they want to stay and do that, or go and find another career and do that.
That's another issue though. Well, so if you're going now for the younger generation now, if they're looking going, do I really want to go into that league with all this trouble? They don't care about me? Because you say it all the time, Smythe. The owners don't care. They don't care about these players.
But
they're meat to them.
Which one's easier to make it and to make $1 million?
To make $1 million?
Yeah.
Growing up, if I was a kid, I'd probably say NBA.
No. You'd be wrong. That's the difference.
A fraction of
all the players get $1 million.
No, but I'm saying it's easier to crack an NFL
there's only
roster.
15 spots you can get.
Right.
Oh, I see what you're
roster.
saying. Okay, you're saying so there's more roster spots.
32 teams by 53 players plus a practice squad.
But how much is a lineman making? How much is a guy in a practice squad making?
64,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The guy in the end of the bench at the NBA is making $1 million.
I know, but
So
the guy in the bench on the special teams in the NFL is still going to make 600,000.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying because due to sheer numbers,
opportunities in the NFL, and a lot more kids play football. Because remember, football's played Friday nights, every high school, Saturday nights college, Sunday nights NFL. These kids are brought through a system to play this game.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady was found in the 6th round of the draft.
Yeah.
A superstar can be found anywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at Antonio Brown, same thing, 6th round.
Thing. Yeah.
So owners are looking at players and saying, I don't need you, sir. You're 31 years old. There's a 22-year-old kid that runs faster, jumps higher, and can stick him on his hands and catch the football. I'll take him over you, and I'll dump you for a 5th-round pick.
Plus,
the problem is when the elite athletes, when the top of the line, when the top of the food chain of athletes, kids, start deciding, I don't want to play a sport.
They play basketball.
I'll go play baseball. I'll go play basketball.
Because it's more money.
That's where the problem lies.
But you don't get the top athletes. The NFL does not get the best athletes.
They have
good ones.
there. Like Cam Newton's a top athlete.
One.
Odell Beckham's a top athlete.
Right, that's 2.
Aaron Rodgers is a top athlete.
Over 4,000 players in this league. You have 10 maybe top athletes. The rest of them play higher paying sports.
I think every team has
the thing is,
top
we
athletes.
don't even see the best athletes every week. Like, there's still some guys who are crazy, insane
100%.
speed,
100%.
have great vision or something. But, like, also you have to realize is how you fit into the system of a certain team. Because coaching is also the biggest deal in football, more than any sport.
More than any sport,
right?
by far.
So there's so many elements to make this whole thing work. And we could sit here and talk about it for a whole episode if we wanted to,
sure.
right? And I'm not trying to cut us out on this because it's good discussion.
Yeah.
But, like, there's just so many factors into how we want to determine what's good for making money, like owners and players, who should get their fair share, all that stuff. All I know is the players know what they're getting into when they sign up. And if they want a fair trade and they want more money and more guaranteed money, that's something that has to be agreed by the players' union in the next CBA.
They do,
and
I think they are gonna. I think they are gonna get to.
Keep going. No, you can't interrupt this conversation
And just not say anything. He just drops. He's like, you know what?
I know what happened. I'm looking at it right now. There's a score update on his phone, so the Habs probably lost.
I can't remember my point. I can't remember my point. So yeah,
to be honest, I think the CBA is going to be the same or worse for the players.
No, I think they're going to band together and actually try and get. First and foremost, they're going to try and get more money. That's first and foremost. Like, you look at the NBA, it took a while. It took years to get to where they are right now. And right now, they have a lot of power.
They run the league right now. Well, players are saying, I'm not playing here, trade me. Eric Bledsoe right now is sitting at home because he doesn't want to play for his team, and they're trying to find a place to trade him.
Yeah.
In the NFL, you get released and sent home. Well, Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, but... Anyway, I think it's going to get him. But a lot of trades went down in the NFL today this week.
That's uncharacteristically.
Yeah,
I was going to say that. That's weird.
There was 2 that stood out to me. Jimmy G got traded. Jimmy Garoppolo off their backup QB for New England. He got traded, which
is San Fran.
And he went to San Francisco, which also hurts another quarterback, Kirk Cousins, because a lot of people thought Kirk Cousins was going to end up in San Francisco with the coach that actually liked him.
Yeah. They
were
saying,
not to have Jimmy Garoppolo. They're probably going to invest in Jimmy Garoppolo.
Garoppolo's, they can franchise tag him or they can release him. this is gonna be a trial for him, right? So
They say
Apparently
Garoppolo might not even play this year.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's not.
I was like, what?
then why'd you make the trade?
That's amazing. Well, second round pick.
They gave it up.
they gave it up.
That's what I'm saying. Pat's got a second round pick.
I mean, I don't blame the Pats for doing the trade. It's why did San Fran make this trade if you're not going to play him this year?
See, I kind of do. I'm like, okay, all right. So they made a trade. For one, I don't think Tom Brady's gonna last much longer. That, quite frankly, I think he's gonna be done after this year. It's just history shows that quarterbacks don't last past 40. They just
Yeah,
don't.
well, the quarterbacks aren't like Tom Brady, so.
I guess. Well, history has shown that they just don't. So
But
whatever.
the rules have changed now, and you can't touch the quarterback, so they can last longer, and they have a good O-line. He'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Well, maybe. Peyton Manning grew up in the same system too.
Brett Favre.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the same
Peyton Manning
time.
also ruined his neck.
He basically
yeah,
died on
yeah,
the
yeah,
football
yeah.
field.
Yeah.
He had a new neck when he started playing.
Yeah.
Second.
Okay. Fair enough. But now, even if Tom Brady goes down, or what I say comes true, what are the Patriots going to do?
They still got that black dude. What's it? That young
No,
guy?
he's not there.
He's with Indy
Oh, he's
now.
not?
Indiana,
Besides
he's starting with Indiana.
Oh, wow. Well, here's the thing, though. Think of this. Deshaun Watson came out of the draft last year, and you're going to start Garoppolo. You go in the draft and you try to find a superstar.
There's no guarantee of that.
There isn't. But there's
You
a
had
better...
a quarterback who most people would say, because he played 2 games, he started 2 games, most people would say,
No, he
he's a
started-
good quarterback. No, 2.
Well,
He got
you,
hurt. Remember, he got
you
hurt.
couldn't even start him the 4 games that Brady was out.
Yeah, 'cause he got hurt, and then, Colin
Okay.
Brissett came in.
And there's certified superstars coming out of the draft every year. You go back in the draft and get one. That's what I think.
You could. I think that's rolling the dice. I don't know. To me, it's just trust in Belichick. I guess he thinks Tom Brady's going to last another 2 years. Quite frankly, I think Belichick's probably going to be done.
After that,
If Brady's gone, I think Belichick's.
I feel like Belichick's kind of like Popovich, and he's like,
Yes.
you know what? We have a guy, but he's not that guy. So let's go find someone else. And I completely agree with this decision. I can't say it anymore. You saw who Garoppolo was. He's a good quarterback. He's not the future of your franchise. Tom Brady doesn't leave and this guy slips in and starts throwing 300-yard games.
could.
He's not that guy.
He could.
Anyone could. You could, technically, but he's not him.
Cool.
He's not. We got a sample, not the guy.
If you're calling Wells Tom Brady, that's far.
Right? Not the guy.
What's that mean?
Because you don't have a bunch on your arm. I need your help, though. Yeah, I do need your help, though, Wells. Can you tell me what the Panthers are doing?
Not sure. Not
If you
sure.
guys didn't see, they traded away Benjamin,
Yeah.
Cam Newton's number 1 receiver.
Yep.
Since Olsen's out, he was a number 1 receiver, and they traded him.
For
Yeah.
what?
Why?
What do they trade him for?
Picks.
I know. Because they don't care. I think Cam, they might be tired of him.
What are they doing?
I think they might be
Yes,
tired
man.
of Cam
You're
Newton.
you're in first place, and you're trading away.
What are they
Kelvin
doing?
Benjamin. I really don't know.
What
man.
are they doing?
I guess they have trust. I mean, we just talked about it. You go, and another guy steps up, right? There's all these players who can step up. So they're putting that to the test. They don't want to pay him when it's time to pay him, so they're going to get rid of him.
So they get rid of him now? I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. You got to help me out with this, man. Number 1 target. They're first in their division.
Again.
They keep complaining that Cam Newton needs to spread the ball around because all he does is run. And then they trade away his number 1 target.
This league, you can find a star in the
I
4th
know you
round.
keep saying that.
And what they're saying is...
I know you keep saying that, but the
well,
draft isn't next week.
is
The
Benjamin-
draft isn't next week.
But the
though.
trade deadline's this week. This is the last chance he had to get rid of him and get something.
Yeah.
So he's going to go in free agency. Someone's going to pay him $10 million. And I'm not even saying he's not worth $10 million somewhere. Someone's going to pay him. The Panthers are saying it's not going to be us.
Yeah,
We're going to go and get a 4th rounder in the draft that's going to make up what he produced.
You see what you're saying? You're talking about next year.
I know.
You're talking about next
No,
year.
but
No.
they can fill this year. They got Devin Funchess who can fill.
Yeah,
the
Funches, and they
void.
got McAfee.
Yeah, and McCaffrey's basically turned into a slot receiver.
Yeah.
So
They got bodies, and they said they're taking the pick over spending the money.
yeah, I didn't get it, but like that makes sense. Like they don't want to pay him for next year, so why not get whatever they could out of him this year?
It's so weird to me. Like, why now? Like, why now? It just seems to be
Because
like...
they just don't want to.
This is the last week they can do it. The
Yeah,
trade,
this
it's
is
not
the
the
last
trade
week that they can
deadline. Is
get
not
something for him.
at the end of the year like other sports. The trade deadline is before the mid-season point.
Yeah.
So if you want to make that choice, you got to make it early, and it's rough. Don't get me wrong. I thought it might be a mistake, but again, you're not keeping him.
I guess. It's just weird. Just weird to
Yeah,
me.
you're right.
Any other trades stood with you guys? Any other trades?
J.J. going to the Eagles
Eagles?
was weird.
Oh yeah,
It's a great trade.
Is it though?
Yeah. Eagles only their 4th round pick. They need 2 running backs. One of them died on the football field. If you remember what happened to poor Sproles.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's right.
Right, so-
oh, I forgot about that. I was
Re-
like, okay, yes.
LeGarrette Blount, big back, can't catch, can't run when he catches the ball. You got a guy who's a little bit more mobile, not a lot. He's more mobile. Now you have 2 backs. You got a power back. You got an outside back. You got a
Plus
prolific offense. You have a chance to win a Super Bowl. Go spend your 4th round pick.
No, it's fine. The price isn't the issue. I'm just surprised that
Miami
they
would do
went-
it.
No,
No, Miami's done. Well, Miami's done.
yeah, I don't. I'm just surprised the Eagles did it. Like
If you have a 2-back system and it's those 2, you're looking.
You're pretty.
good.
Yeah, you're. I think they were just looking to sure everything up.
last time Blunt tried to split a 2-back system, he walked out of the Steelers. So
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't think it works good for Blunt, but I do think that on passing downs, Blunt's almost useless.
but they could also utilize Blunt more goal line.
Well,
Right.
that's what they're going to do, right?
Yeah.
First down, second down, goal line, a
And
die.
he's a better blocker too.
Yeah, you got options now, and that's all they really wanted. Before they were playing the young guy,
Smallwood.
Yeah, and I like Smallwood. Is he a long-term fit? No.
No.
He's one of those third running
Yeah.
backs that you can cycle anyone in at. So I think it's a good decision.
I'm trying to look this up. Didn't Deshaun Watson get hurt?
Oh yeah, he tore his ACL.
This is
in
what
practice.
I thought when you started off talking about Houston. I was like, okay, we're going to talk about Deshaun Watson, and then you went to the whole inmates and asylum and all that crap.
Well, yeah. Well, we went off on a
But
tangent.
yeah,
I was
this,
going
this,
to
this
circle
is
back
the,
around.
this is the biggest news.
Yeah, I was gonna
biggest
circle
news
back
of the
around.
week is probably the leading rookie of the year offensively candidate and also possible MVP candidate.
He might still win rookie of the year.
He could.
He's done.
He's done for the
He's
year.
done- done for the
Tore
year.
his ACL. He tore his ACL in college
Walking.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
And then he tore his other ACL.
And guess what? Remember the last guy that did that?
RG3.
RG3.
Oh yeah.
And
Another
I
guy.
know
Another guy from Houston. He was at. he's
yeah,
actually
right.
from
And I
Houston.
know we only saw him for a couple weeks, but I'm not gonna lie, it's scary, man. He's torn
Yeah.
it twice. Everyone we've seen tore it twice doesn't come back.
This is the one I'm worried about. Is like,
non-contact play too.
it's like we can't get this young QB we can follow for like for their future without them getting screwed up. Like
Yeah.
RG3, like remember how the hype around him?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
everyone was like, "Oh, Andrew Luck's the rookie of the year," but like RG3 was
he got
more
offensive-
exciting.
He got
It was-
offensive player of the year that year.
Yeah, he was. Man, I like.
he's great. Great
Yeah,
player.
and then Watson, not as mobile as say an RG3, but dude, he had 19 touchdowns in what 8 weeks?
Yeah.
and the
Well-
rookie record's 26.
Yeah.
He was
throw
going to
the ball.
shatter that.
Yeah.
He had weapons, and he knew what to do with weapons, and that's the one
And
thing
he
a
was
lot of
he
quarterbacks
was
can't
torching
do.
up Seattle, New England, all these teams.
He roasted everyone.
And then he still had games against the South, like Jacksonville. Well, Jacksonville's a good defense now.
Yeah.
But like he was going to play Indy this week.
Yep.
They were talking about maybe 5 touchdowns he was going to throw for.
He's roasting.
But-
DeAndre Hopkins, happy as he's
Yeah, Will
ever been.
Fuller, 7 touchdowns
Fuller,
in like 7 games.
and-
Like, just stupid
Yeah.
numbers were being put up, and it's almost depressing to see
As a
such
sports
young
fan,
talent.
yeah, as a sports
It
fan,
was.
I hate-
It's
you hate
very
that.
unfortunate.
You hate as a sports and going to basketball. You saw when Derrick Rose was this guy's
Yeah.
gonna,
Yeah.
this guy's going to challenge
Same-
LeBron
same
James.
concept.
He goes down and you're like, oh, that's disappointing. Like
same concept.
You expected to see it for so long.
Anytime you see a young stud get hurt, you like cringe. You get sad because you want to see the next great athlete, right?
Yeah. Him and JJ Watt going down is basically looking like probably Houston's season's over.
Yeah, they're done. They
Probably.
were done before.
It's the South.
They
It's the
lost all
South.
those games when you really think about
It's the
it.
South. They're a game out of first place.
Yeah, touche.
That's also true.
But again, it's another scary trend in the NFL. Guys are dropping like flies. Doesn't matter who
You want to know
are.
you want to know what the funny thing is when you talked about how in the NFL if you lose a player you can just replace them. It doesn't work that way with quarterbacks, though, does it?
No, it doesn't. It does't. Speaking of the AFC South, Andrew Luck done for the year.
But
Yeah,
did
whatever.
anyone not see this coming? I knew he wasn't playing a single game this year from the beginning.
Ooh.
I knew that too.
You know why?
I don't know
knew
why
it?
they didn't know that.
There's a number 1 pick. If you go 1-15,
They won't get number one.
they
pick.
want
They
it.
won't get number pick.
Well,
gonna- it's
they
gonna
won't
be
this
San
year.
Fran
There's
or
so many
Cleveland.
horrible teams.
Yeah, they won't get number 1 pick. But this is speaking of the young stud. This was the guy I was excited to watch. I thought he was gonna be the next big thing, but it looks like.
There's a celebration coming up, guys.
Oh, okay, hang on. Wells wants to watch Celebration, so I thought
Hey, guess what? Fantasy
Robbie.
points.
Nothing. So yeah, I thought Andrew Luck was going to be the next big quarterback, and so far they just never protected him. They never put a line in front of him. Never protected him. This guy just got crushed every time, and again out for the year.
Mind you,
Sad.
he was in the NFC Championship game in Deflategate. So
he was always going. It was always going up and up and up. Every year he would just go.
yeah,
further
he's not
and
like he's a
further
terrible
and
player. He's just had an unfortunate accident, and now this season he's not going to play.
Yeah.
Which
But
and
why
he's
would
still
you
a great
rush him
quarterback.
back when-
Exactly, you don't have to.
Yeah, that's the point.
You're
But
one in
you run
5.
the risk, even though it doesn't really happen. You run the risk of him leaving your team.
He won't go anywhere.
That doesn't really happen for
They're just
quarterbacks.
gonna
in
get-
the
they're
NFL.
they
But
already
whatever.
gave him all the money, didn't they?
I don't
They already
know when his
paid
contract's
him.
up.
Yes.
He's not going anywhere.
Yes, he
yeah,
got
they
it.
already gave him the money.
Yeah, I don't know when his contract's up. Let's move on to our picks for this week.
Ta-da! How did we do last week? First of all,
What do you think won last week?
I did.
Wells, what do you think
Well,
won
me
last
and
week?
you got the same. We had the same picks.
Yes, we had the exact same picks. So I'll go through it. So Wells 3 of 5.
Nash, 3 of 5.
Smythe 3 of 5.
Aw. I went all home teams, didn't I?
So
For the
I
most
won,
part. So that
I
goes.
won and I lost.
Yeah. So that goes on the year. We're looking at for Wells 8 of 20, Smythe 11 of 20, and Nash 13 of 20. The last 2 weeks I've been good. So when I make the picks, what I try to do is I go through the games and I try to pick the games that I think you guys, the audience, would be most interested in. I was accused last week of just picking games in my favor. That's why I'm so ahead. So without further ado, we're going to let Wells make the picks this week.
Okay. What we're gonna do? We're gonna start off here.
We gonna go way back.
Okay, first game that I find interesting. Cincinnati is in Jacksonville. The spread is -5.5 for Jacksonville. Nash, who you got?
I got Jacksonville.
Okay. Smythe, who you got?
I'm sorry. Who's home again?
Jacksonville is -5.5 against the
Jacksonville's
Cincinnati
Jacksonville's
Bengalis.
at
It's Battle of the Tigers. Arr!
Cincinnati.
+5.5. Okay.
Who you got?
I got Jacksonville
Yeah,
-5.5.
Jacksonville. Oh, man. Are we going to do this again? I think we're going to pick the same teams again.
Maybe.
Next game.
You got these written down?
I'll write it down later. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'll write it down later. I'll listen to it.
See, he's not writing these down because, he's not making these picks. So if he doesn't get them right, he's like,
Right,
oh.
right.
All right, listening. I'm listening. Yes. Okay, next game. Denver Broncos visit the Philadelphia Eagles. Spread is -7.5 for the Eagles. Smythe, who you got?
That's
Do I even need to
That's
ask?
a
Do you even need
huge
to ask?
spread.
Yes, very.
But I have Philly.
Nash.
Broncos look like poop. They can't win a game to save their lives. Obviously, I'm going Eagles.
But it's 8 points. It's a lot of points.
7.5.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm going Eagles. Obviously.
Okay. You
Well,
guys
so-
are taking the chalk.
Yeah. Who do you got?
I'm taking the Denver Broncos.
Ooh.
Defense always wins.
I'm not. You know what? I'm not surprised.
Give me the point. 7.5.
If I was betting, I might. But
We are betting. At the end of the year.
Should
This
we
is
have
for
a prize?
bragging
Should we
rights.
all right, there's money on this.
Should we have a prize at the end of the year? Something.
We'll figure it out.
Okay, we'll figure
Just
it
get a
out.
trophy.
We're in the middle of the picks here, guys.
All right.
Okay. Next game.
I know your next game.
Do you?
Yep.
What is it?
No.
No, I want to hear what you say. What is it?
Atlanta, Carolina.
No, I'm not even touching that.
Not
even touching that.
Out of fear? Out of your Carolina fear?
Yeah. Next game. We travel to the sultry state of Tennessee.
Ooh.
Tennessee -3.5. They're hosting the Baltimore Ravens.
Division game.
Nash, who the hell you got?
Don't believe in Baltimore that much. They haven't really shown me anything. Flacco
Stanks.
Stanks. Fluco, as some people like to
Ooh.
call him. Give me the Titans.
Titans -3.5. Nash. Smythe.
What did Baltimore do in London last week?
I don't know. You got to
40-0 rout.
No.
That was them.
No. They beat Miami last week.
40-0.
On the Thursday night, we were watching that.
We were watching it.
Oh, it was here. Damn
Yeah.
it. Anyway, I'm taking them. They're riding high. They're going to cover and win.
You know they did play with a Dolphins team
With Matt
without
Moore.
their quarterback,
I know.
and Matt Moore playing,
I know.
and you're taking that as
Hey, man. Let the
Bible.
man take his team.
Riding the high.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just letting you know.
You get to ride the high.
I'm
When
just
you
letting you know
shut a
who you
team out,
taking.
you ride
Who
a
you taking,
high.
I'm taking Tennessee because they're the only 10 I see. minus 3.5.
Who are you doing?
coming off a bye week? Minus 3.5. Give me all the Tennessee points.
All of them Tennessee.
On to the next game. We travel to San Francisco. For
Why?
Oh, God.
Why?
Why you ask?
The dumpster
Because we're
bowl?
watching a classic quarterback matchup. Drew Stanton versus CJ Beathard. Arizona's traveling into San Fran minus 2.5. This is the game of the week, folks. Who you got?
Oh, God.
Smythe.
I got Arizona
Yeah.
because of Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
He's going to run wild on him.
Nash. Lay
I
on.
also got Arizona. I don't think San Francisco's going to win another game until late in the year. Yeah, they're poop. So, yeah, I got Arizona.
Give me all the points on San Francisco. I got them at plus 2.5. I'm going to watch CJ Beathard get his first career win. The San Francisco 49ers will not be winless after this game.
Nice.
We
You're
got one
wrong,
more,
but
one more
nice.
game, right?
Yeah.
Was that 5? I can't
No,
that's
that's
4.
We got one
That's
more.
4? Okay.
It don't take Oakland.
Don't
Case,
tell, it's his picks. Don't tell him what to pick.
my last game. Could be game of the week.
It is game of the week.
Kansas City visits Dallas without the Ezekiel
Oh,
Elliott's.
scared you're going to pick this game.
KC plus 1 against Dallas. Will Ezekiel play? Won't he?
He probably will.
He probably will.
He is going to play this week.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, is he?
Yep, he is going to
No,
play this
no,
week.
there's nothing official.
Yeah.
That's
Actually-
fake news.
Actually,
Fake
there's nothing
news.
official.
No.
Nash, give me your pick.
LA's not playing? Kansas City.
Wow.
Smythe,
Nope.
lay it on me.
Of
Nope.
course he's going to pick Cowboys because he picks the Cowboys.
Cowboys in a route.
You would think he's a Cowboys fan.
The boys in a route. NFLPA asked for a brief stay in the appeal
Yeah, yeah,
process,
yeah,
so
yeah.
Elliott can
It's
play
not
week
happening.
9.
Fake news. That news is fake. There's no suspension.
you know he's picked Cowboys all year, right? He has not deviated from that. He's every single game he's picked the Cowboys. I've paid attention to that.
Cowboy dick rider over here.
Dude, they can score.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So can KC.
That's a solid football team.
KC
and
plus 1. Mark it down. Mark it now.
Mark
Put it down.
Mark it.
Put it
All
down.
right, I'll write it down. All right,
I think KC is finding a little bit of trouble right now. They're
Yeah,
struggling
they just
to
won
find
on
Didn't they win
Sunday.
last week?
They just won on Sunday.
So what? They're struggling. That's the key. They're struggling.
You're struggling to come up with a reason why they suck.
I didn't say they suck. I said they're struggling right now, and the Dallas
Sorry,
Cowboys
they
are
won
an
on
oil
Monday.
machine on offense.
Yeah, whatever.
Can we edit that out?
I said last week.
Can we edit it out to put a sexy voice to say Monday instead of Sunday?
Yep.
We'll
Done.
try and find sexy words.
Bueno. Okay, those are the 5 games. These are the best games of the week, and have fun.
Yeah. I don't know what Smite's talking about. Kansas City's struggling. They're like number 1 in their division. Aren't they like the third best team in the AFC? Or something like that?
Who?
Kansas City.
They're fine, man. They're 6
Yeah,
and
I
2.
don't know what Smite's talking about. I think he's just trying to justify his Cowboy pick. Closet Cowboy fan here.
Closet Cowboy fan. I'm a fan of the division,
What voice were you doing, Wells? Or was this the voice?
as well as
I'm
the
just
sexy
trying to put
voice.
some pep in the step of these picks,
Oh,
all right?
okay.
You know, we gotta switch it up every now and
I
then.
thought you were doing a Jim Rome or something.
Who?
Jim Rome.
Nope.
Rack him.
Nope.
Rack him. All right. Let's see. Where can we go now? You guys going to watch the UFC this weekend?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Who you got?
This is the best card of the year.
I think Jispy's gonna get knocked out.
No, we can just be saying that because we're homers. The problem with me right now is I'm going to watch it. Definitely, I'm going to watch it.
Are you gonna buy it or are you gonna stream it?
I might go to a bar and watch it.
There you go.
Illegal.
What bar are you gonna go to?
I don't know.
I might go with you. I'm just throwing it out
I'll
there.
text you and figure it out. The problem with me is though, are you watching the UFC? Like back in the day, let you guys in. Pull back the curtain. Back in the day, Wells worked at a bar, and then
Our favorite bar.
our favorite bar ever, and it would be a group event. It would be what 20 of us or something like that.
I don't know if it was 20, maybe 19.
Nights. We would pack ourselves in this bar and watch UFCs. We would do this religiously.
Was not the biggest bar.
No. Well, not the biggest bar. We'd pack ourselves in there, watch it religiously. It was a thing. Every month, everyone looked forward to this. All our friends getting together watching UFC. Now that they got the Fox card, more UFC's on. It tends to have fallen off.
Sure.
It is.
It's hard to
definitely
keep
fallen.
up.
It's definitely hard to keep up. I don't. Does Bisping have the belt?
Yes.
Welterweight?
No, middleweight.
Oh, it's a middleweight fight.
Yeah,
It's a middleweight
he's
fight,
getting
yeah.
fatter, bro.
I should research on this.
You should have, man.
I should have done research.
You want me to take over here? You want me to run this segment? I just ran the last segment. What voice do you want me to do this in? You want me to do it in a French-Canadian accent?
Yeah, do
Yeah.
Errol Lawani.
I don't know his accent.
He just finds them.
But yeah, I did watch a card back in the day with Corey in a bar a couple.
Why'd
months
you
ago.
have to say
I
his
can't
name
remember.
for? We had a
'Cause
chance to not say his
I had
name
to.
the
I
whole
was looking
episode.
for a chance to put it in,
God
and I just
All right,
did.
what are you getting at?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
What's the
I'm-
point you're trying to make here?
I was just making the point that UFC isn't what it used to be. I don't
No,
know.
it's on too much. There's too many fighters now. You just know before there was like 4 or 5 stars, and now there's just 100 guys that fight. It's every 3 weeks it's on, right?
It's hard
Plus
to
you
keep
got
up.
5. It's way too much now.
But every now and then a card comes along like this,
Like this.
Yes,
and you gotta appreciate
you're
it.
definitely right about that.
Yeah, and we're definitely gonna watch, and we'll probably give you our 2 cents on
So
it.
what fights interest you guys the most?
Just me.
It's the big stars. The stars. That's basically where I
Honestly,
got to. Yeah.
do you guys know what's on the card?
I
I don't know the rest of the card.
one guy's fighting.
I don't know the rest of the card.
And
I'm being
that's-
honest with you guys.
that's
I don't know
it.
the rest
And-
of
Am
the
I
card.
just gonna talk to myself here?
Yeah,
You basically, this
Don't
is
worry.
all-
I will put the research in, and I'm actually going to watch it, so I will know at the end. But I don't know who's. I don't know who's in the card.
Okay, so here, let me give you a preview of this fight then.
You're going to
Don't
say
make it-
names, and I'm not going to
yeah,
know.
don't make it
but
too
I'm gonna
long.
go. But go. Yes, the audience wants
Just
to know.
because I
Sorry.
say names doesn't
audience
mean
wants to know.
I can't entice you into this.
Yeah. But you're not. I'm going to watch it. But
I
the
know
audience wants
I'm not trying to sell you on
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
but I'm trying to give you a primer, a heads up of what to look for.
So
Yeah.
far, not doing a good job. Just letting it out.
You haven't given me a chance to explain it.
Yeah, I haven't let him speak anyway. Anyway, go on, Wells. Go on.
Okay, there is a fighter. No. So, first of all, if you get a chance to watch the preliminary ones from 8:00 till 10, go ahead. But I know that's a lot of fighting.
No.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, there's some good fights on there. But okay, just letting you know, there's 3 title fights on this main card. Okay, there's the women's strawweight, there's the
With,
men's bantamweight, which is probably going to be the fight of the night, and then there's the middleweight title. The men's bantamweight. This will be the best fight of the night, hands down. These 2 guys hate each other the most. Cody Garbrandt is the champion. TJ Dillashaw is fighting for the title. Okay, these guys do not like each other. They used to train together. They used to be buddies. Something went wrong. Maybe someone screwed someone's girlfriend. I don't know.
Who knows? You're not saying it in stone. You're just maybe. That
I
could
don't know
happen.
why they hate each other so
That
much.
could happen.
Perhaps
But they
that could
do.
happen.
That could happen. It could not have happened. He's
Sounds
not
like a
saying for sure.
WWE fight. Is that?
Well, who likes WWE? I
I
know
do.
you do. But it's just for sheer, these guys are at the top of their game. They're in their prime. This is going to be the fight of the night. If it isn't, then it isn't. But
Yeah.
Are you a fan of smaller fighters though? You like smaller fighters?
I feel like the fights are closer. I know everyone back in the day when UFC got big, it was all about the light heavyweights and the heavyweights knocking the shit out of each
Those
other.
are heavyweights, yes.
Right?
Definitely the heavyweights.
Now it's it's more about athletic and being athletic and elusive and having more mixed martial art ability,
Yeah.
combining all your
Yeah.
wrestling, your jiu-jitsu, your boxing, everything.
I think back in the day it was more about wrestling. If you weren't a wrestler,
More wrestling is more about.
it's more about if you
you're
didn't have wrestling,
you're either good at
you were-
jiu-jitsu,
yeah.
you're good at wrestling, or you're good at knocking a guy out.
but all the wrestlers won back in the day. Like if you didn't
Sure.
have wrestling back then,
Sure.
you were just getting beat.
But now everyone's adapted and everyone's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
hybrid.
Like, do you want to see a fight go the distance?
if
Yeah,
it's
if it's
5
good,
rounds,
yeah, if it's good, yeah.
If it's a good fight, sure.
I enjoy the knockout too.
I
Smythe, but-
never want to see a fight go the distance.
Did you guys watch the New York card last year? Tyron Woodley versus Wonderboy Stephen Thompson.
No, I did not watch that.
Okay, so we're gonna have some homework. Okay,
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Go if you have to watch one fight to get ready for this, watch that fight because that is a 5-round fight that you didn't know who was gonna win. These guys beat the crap out of each other. Actually, you know what? As soon as this is done recording, we're gonna put it on the TV and we're gonna watch it because you guys gotta do some homework to get hyped for this. And I'm trying to hype people at this. I'm trying to hype you guys to watch it.
I am like to watch it. I am. I'm going to watch it.
Well,
The
Smythe is like, I'm not.
There's
me.
one guy fighting that's worth my time, and I'll
that's
go
GSP?
to watch him
and
fight.
that's
Why?
GSP.
I just want to see if
The
he
one
gets
that's
knocked
people-
out or he doesn't get knocked out. That's all I
Of
want to
all
see.
the people to watch fight, he's probably the most boring.
He is.
All I want to
When's
do.
the last time he finished the
I
fight?
just want to know if he
Yeah.
still got it. That's all I care about right now.
You didn't even have a wife the last time he finished the fight.
You had nothing last
you know
time
what?
you fought.
You hadn't even met your wife the last time
I
Probably
finished the
right.
fight.
and seriously, I like UFC's cool, and I get
It's
why
cool,
people
guys.
like it.
It's hip.
My thing is,
That's what the kids are watching.
yeah, right. I can't sit down and study and watch guys like fighting in a ring over and over again,
But
especially when there's so many
Hang on a second. Hang on.
guys.
I'm gonna. There isn't so many guys. There's so many fights. There isn't so many guys. But before you knew them. You knew the fighters before.
I knew the fighters when there was like 5 guys.
You
that
had a
should
guy
know.
to fight. Your friend fought in the UFC.
He did fight in UFC,
Yeah.
and I liked watching him fight. One dude.
Yeah. But back then you watched it. You paid
But
attention.
no, but I didn't know the guys who was fighting. Like I didn't keep track of like who,
okay.
right? I wasn't that deep into it, and I think it's hard to be that deep into it. I don't know how else to say it.
I find fighting. Once you're in it, I find it's. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's my. Wells. No. Once you like UFC and you're into it, I think it's one of the easier sports to follow.
It's tough, man, because there's so many fights.
Well, there's so many fights,
And
but
it's-
once you're in it, I think
if
it's
you were
the
to
easiest.
watch a whole card one night, that's like 5-6 hours of watching fights,
Right.
And it's kind of like if you were to go watch comedy and you watch comedy for 3 hours, the last hour and a half you'd be like, I can't laugh anymore. Right?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like when you watch fights, I can't watch this fight anymore.
Well, compare that to football, though. When you watch a football game, you don't necessarily have to know. You have to know the whole roster, pretty much. You have to know who's coming in and out and stuff like this. Fighters, it's just one guy, one person.
Same
you
two
could, you could
dudes.
follow.
Two
You
dudes
could
just in the
follow.
ring. It's
easier,
fine.
In my opinion, it's easier to follow. That's just me. Like, I knew every fighter back then. Like, I just knew them. One fight I am looking forward to is a women's fight, though. The Struff.
Are you, though?
Oh, yeah.
Because
yeah.
this is gonna be
Really? You
a
think so?
beatdown.
Joanne's going to kill her?
I wouldn't say she's gonna kill her, but it's not gonna be close.
Really?
That girl is like the Demetrius Johnson of the women's drought. Like she's
I've only watched one of her fights. And I love her.
And she was on the card last year, the
yeah.
New York card, and she's not gonna knock anyone out, and she's not gonna submit anyone. She's just gonna dissect the dude. She's kind of like a GSP.
If you Google her, you're gonna
Okay.
see a lot of her. What do you call it? When they face each other on stage. What do they call it?
Sparring?
No, when they face each other on stage, the weigh-in.
Yeah,
Yeah, because she has that weird thing where she goes underneath the person
Yeah,
and looks up
she's
at them, and so it's
some
very
Polish
weird.
thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's very weird. It's very weird.
Who cares? Where's that one chick that looks like a cyborg?
Oh, you
So
like
it's
She
that?
fine.
eh?
just
You
fought
like-
last week. See, we watched that together. We
Yeah,
watched
she
that-
ends
we watched
people.
that
Yeah,
one
yeah,
part.
she just do that. She ends people. Like, and there's one woman that's like that. The rest of them,
Whatever.
you know, I don't appreciate it like I should. I'll say it like that.
No, you don't have to appreciate.
Yeah, I
it.
blame myself. It's on me.
No, I'm not. You know, if you don't like it or you're not into it as much, you're right. Like that's fine with you. I'm just telling you this as a casual fan. This is good. This is a good card. It should be a
Yeah,
good card.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch.
I'm gonna watch it, so I will say that.
All right. So there was our week promo for the fight, guys.
I hope
Watch it.
Dana White. I hope I did a good job pushing this.
Watch the fight, I guess, if you want to.
You should, man, and you should go meet up with Nash and Smythe.
Yes.
There you go.
And we're going to end the podcast with the Raptors, since we haven't really talked much basketball. Are you impressed with the Raptors, Smythe?
No, but it's not their fault
Why not?
because they're playing a bunch of young dudes. They basically turn their 905 team into their bench, which I applaud.
Well, that was a way of shaving money and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's the only roster they had left after all the money they spent. Now, is that roster good enough to win this Eastern Conference? The answer is maybe. But are they going to dominate the
Maybe.
West? They're going to get their butts kicked out West because those young kids have to grow. And they have 82 games, and they're going to play every game. So maybe they get it together by the time the playoffs start.
What do you think, Wells? Have you been watching any Raptors
You know what,
games?
man? They've been all right. Like, what bothers me about this team is they're the same team as they've always been. They, for all intents and purposes, should have beat the Golden State Warriors last week.
Yeah, they played them hard.
They had a 5-point lead with 2 minutes left.
And what happened?
They blew it. They didn't score another. Point.
What I saw is they passed the ball around for 3 quarters and a half. Passed the ball around, making moves. They played hard, blah, blah, blah. When it came time to crunch time, what happened? They reverted back to their old ways of Lowry, DeRozan.
Yeah.
Give me the ball, get out of my way. Give me the ball, get out of my way. Give me the ball, get out of my way. And that's why I lost last time. Like,
You know what, man?
if you're going to play the pass around, the move the ball and all that stuff, play it for the whole game. Just do what you got to do the whole game. And because they played that the other way last year, where it was just ISO ball with those guys, high screen pick and roll with Valanciunas all game, and look how far they got with that. You're going to say something, Smythe? You were leaning in like you're going to say something.
Well, I was gonna say that the Raptors are gonna have a tough time winning games early, shooting 33s a game. So they're
That's what they
trying
wanna
to
do, right?
Yeah, they're trying to share the ball more and shoot a lot more shots. And in that kind of system, DeRozan's not scoring 28 points. How much can DeRozan handle not scoring 28 points before he just starts hogging the ball? And that's the issue you start with. And the second issue is how long are you going to play these kids? And and they're going to make a decision.
You got to play them, right?
Yeah, but you don't have to play them all the time. But right now they're getting a lot. They're playing 11 players deep, right?
Yeah, who else are you going to play though?
That's not going to
the whole
happen
thing.
forever.
Well,
They
who
got to
else are you going
shorten
to
it
play
up.
though? That's the whole thing though.
Yeah.
Can I say something that
Shoot.
may not be a popular opinion here?
Mm-hmm.
But I hate Kyle Lowry.
Really?
Definitely
I hate
not
Kyle
a
Lowry.
popular opinion.
I think he is.
That's interesting.
He makes bad decisions
That's
so
interesting.
much. I've never seen someone who likes to drive. He's what, 6 feet, 6'1"? Who likes to drive
6'1".
into the
6'2",
key,
6'2", something like that.
and then he decides what he's going to do with it. Then he decides what he's going to do with the ball after that. So he'll like leave his feet so many times and then like look around, and then it goes out of bounds, and he'll complain to the ref,
It's true.
something like that. He takes dumb shots. He's not consistent, and he has so many turnovers.
I think he's playing that way right now.
And there's also times, I'll give him this, where he is like a warrior. Like
The shots go in, and
the
you're
shots
happy.
go in, and he for a little guy, he's good. Like I don't know. I hate, like when I was watching that game against Golden State. Like if he just was smarter with the ball, we could have won that game. But I'm not going to put it all on him. I just think for the money that he's going to get paid now, I thought they
He's
could
gotta
have
be
been.
better.
I thought they could have been just as good, if not better, if he didn't come back.
You have to think of first thing you got to think about is Golden State's arguably the best defensive team in the league. So if mistakes are being made, you're going to make them against
They're
those
not
guys.
playing that way this year. Right?
Yeah,
but arguably, and then after that, Kyle Lowry is a great player around the basket, and he doesn't make the best decisions, but he turns the ball over at the same rate as high usage guys like LeBron and Westbrook.
Sure.
Right. So he's a
But he's also
give
not on
and
the
take.
court as much
Touche.
as those guys.
Yeah, it's a give and take for sure with Kyle Lowry, but the Golden State game is not a fair assessment because Golden State's a very elite team.
I think it is a fair assessment. I think that's who we should be measuring the Raptors up against. Now.
Well, I mean,
I think them.
yeah, because
you
they have
should be
nowhere,
measuring against.
they have nowhere else to go but that way, right? Like we can't measure them against like a lower tier Eastern Conference team. You have to measure them against the best teams
Like
in
the
the NBA.
Magic?
And yeah, like the Magic. Yeah. Easy. That was all just in jest anyway last week. But like, look at this road trip they're on. I think they're still above 500, and they had to play San Antonio, which they lost by 4.
Yeah.
They had to play Golden State, which they should have won that game. And they went and they beat the Lakers. Whatever, that's not a big deal. They beat Portland,
Good
and
game.
that was a good
game.
win.
They lost to Denver.
And then they lost. They got blown out by Denver.
You don't win in Denver. I don't care who you are.
Corey went to that game, by the way.
Yeah.
It's very hard to win in Denver.
And then they wrap it up tomorrow in Utah, and I don't think they'll win that game because it's the last game of a road trip. And
Yeah.
They're
They just
gonna
want to get it
home.
over.
They're gonna kick Utah.
You think they're gonna what?
Kick them.
Yo, Susan's listening. Watch your language. Anyways, man, I don't like Kyle Lowry. I'm sad that he's back for another 3 years. Not sad, but like
No. You
I
said
just-
sad. You gotta
just watch him
live
play.
on that.
Like obviously, you guys watch him play, but like he's so frustrating to watch. Almost as frustrating as when DeRozan doesn't have a shot.
You know what?
DeRozan doesn't have a shot. He shoots me great.
I want to hear Nash's rebuttal to this because this is great stuff right now.
I disagree. I disagree with you completely.
That's fine. That's why we're here.
I think Kyle Lowry, mind you, right now, right now, I can't really defend him because he is playing. He's not playing well. He's not. But I do think he is the best player in that team.
Oh no!
Yes.
Say why. Say why.
The team goes where he goes.
But that's the problem.
Yeah. So when he's playing good, they're good.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
But he's been their best player over the last 3 years,
He had
hands down.
He had one good year,
No,
and that was 2 years ago.
Well, the other years he got hurt.
That was his best year. Last year wasn't that great.
No, he was hurt.
DeRozan's year was last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2 years ago, he was the best player on the team until the last 2 months, and then the playoffs they had to carry his ass around
Yeah.
because he got carried in the playoffs the year they went to the conference finals. He wasn't.
I don't know if he got carried.
He had like maybe 1 or 2 good games in the whole playoffs.
Same with DeRozan.
Well, they still got carried, man.
Same with DeRozan.
Norman Powell was carrying them around.
Norman Powell.
Powell.
He was though. He had a couple big games.
I gotta say this: if you're starting Norman Powell, you're not a good team.
You know what? That's their fault. They're trying to start Norman Powell. You know what they should be doing? Starting the shooter. And guess who else? I don't know what they're gonna do with Siakam, but that kid's playing lights out.
Yes, but you can't play him too long though.
You can't
you
start
play him
him
too long.
You know who has impressed me so far?
Shoot.
Pirtle.
Oh, Pirtle. Yeah.
Has he impressed you, or is that who he is?
I just mean from what we saw last year to what we see this year.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
That kid's a fundamentally solid player,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it sucks he's stuck in this rotation because I'll be honest with you guys, if they ever let that kid go, he's a 12-10 player elsewhere in this league.
Easy, slow down there.
12 and 10? No?
slow down.
I think
Slow
so.
20 and 15.
down. You guys need to slow down with all that. I heard the same noise when it came to Bismack Biyombo.
No.
He can't score.
No.
How's he doing?
No,
Serious
he doesn't play.
Oh, the Orlando Magic were there
Yeah,
first.
he doesn't play. Yeah, he doesn't play for that first
Again, I
place
say
team.
we gave up these giants, and now they're in first
Because
But
they love Jonas.
They're paying Jonas.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. They're paying Jonas $17 million a year.
Yeah.
So it's like we got to play him.
He's got to be on the court.
Jonas is not a bad player. He's just useless on this team.
Well, when he plays well.
Yeah, he does.
So if they utilize him, he has good games. The problem is there's only one basketball. And I say it all the time. I know you guys don't believe the logic. Only one ball. And you can't give it to him all game. You'll win more games if you give it to him all game.
I think they should just give
But
it to him
there's
early.
two All-Stars.
I always say that with big men. Just give them to him early.
That's what I think.
Give it to him
you set
early,
a tone.
pound him down. Give it to him early.
And he'll give you the effort,
early.
right? If he has 10 points in the first quarter, guess what? He's going to try for the other 3. And that's what he'll finish with 20 and 10 because it's not hard for a guy like him. He makes his foul shots. I think
exactly.
Yeah.
I think you run a lot of possessions through him, right? You can sit your players down. He can handle your offense for a while. He's going to produce because you can't foul him, which is the problem with a lot of centers in this league. You can just grab their arm and they'll shoot 45% from the stripe.
His problem on the flip side was getting into foul trouble early, right?
Big Ben getting in foul trouble. It's part of the game. You can't think
No,
of
he
many
made
that
super
don't.
fouls. Because he can't defend. Usually that's a sign of you can't defend. If you're a big man like that and you're getting into foul trouble like that, you just can't defend.
Any tough defender, they run
No.
into foul trouble.
No.
Yes,
No, because it's not the same as Rudy Gobert. It's not the same as
Rudy Gobert runs into foul trouble all
No,
the time.
no, he doesn't.
Oh, come on.
No, he doesn't,
Oh,
man.
come
Come on.
on. He
I know
does.
you're not watching. I know
He
you're not watching
does.
Utah games. I know you're not watching.
Rudy Gobert,
Don't tell me that. Don't
he
tell me
gets
that.
into foul trouble
You're not
all
watching.
the time.
I know you're not
He is
watching Utah
tomorrow.
games. Don't tell
He will
me that.
tomorrow.
He consistently.
Same with Marc Gasol. These guys don't get into foul
Marcus
trouble.
Gasol is not getting into foul trouble.
DeAndre Jordan, he doesn't get into foul trouble. He gets fouled. He doesn't get into foul trouble. No, if you get into foul trouble,
DeAndre Jordan doesn't.
he defends. He defends.
I don't.
He defends. He's one of the better defenders in the league.
He rebounds and he blocks a couple shots. I don't think he's a great defender.
Does
Because the Clippers always.
Does
lose.
Draymond Green get into foul trouble? No.
I don't
If you're getting into foul trouble, you can't defend because you're reaching.
Draymond Green also gets in foul trouble.
he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
Now you're just saying things to say things.
No,
You
he
know you're-
does though.
Then how's he playing in the fourth quarter?
Because it's not every game. I'm not saying like
Come on, man.
Valanciunas isn't always in foul trouble, but
Whatever, man.
it's a regular thing for those guys.
Whatever, Smythe. Anyway, so if you're getting into foul trouble, you can't defend. That's just basically it. And he can't defend. He can't.
I don't think you're equating it properly. Is what I'm thinking.
How so?
Because players that play defense get fouls.
No,
they get into
players who
foul
can't
trouble.
play defense.
I love it when you guys get into
Players
this,
who can't play
heated
defense.
debate.
Okay,
This is what
that's
it's all
a
about.
ridiculous logic. That's what I'm trying to say.
So
to you.
LeBron James gets into foul trouble all the time.
LeBron James doesn't play defense all the time.
LeBron
That's
James
why
is
they're
probably
losing.
What?
You say he's the top defender, but does he have the stats? No. Does he lead the league in blocks or steals or no?
So Leonard gets into foul trouble all the time.
No, he doesn't get in foul trouble all the time.
Oh.
But there's a difference. I'm saying
What's the difference?
great defenders do get in foul trouble. That's what I'm saying. You're saying they don't.
So Leonard is the best defender in the league, arguably,
arguably,
and
is
he
the key
doesn't get in
word.
foul trouble.
Not all the time.
Now you switched to not all the time.
But he's not.
Does he get into foul trouble?
He's not known for getting into foul trouble.
Does he get into foul trouble? Yes or no?
No. But that's one dude. You said Gobert. I said yes. You said I'm lying.
No, you're lying because he doesn't get into foul trouble.
You just made it up. How do you know?
No, you made it up.
Look
you
up how
don't
many
know.
times he's-
I'm not looking it up.
Because
I know that.
he gets
I know
into
that
foul
because I
trouble.
pay attention to him.
Right.
Marc Gasol doesn't get in foul trouble.
Marc Gasol's not getting into foul trouble.
DeAndre Jordan get in foul trouble.
No.
Green doesn't get into foul trouble.
Yes, he does.
All good defenders
No,
don't
Green,
get in foul trouble.
Green does get into foul
No.
trouble.
Bad defenders get into foul trouble.
No.
That's the whole thing.
That is absolute
LeBron
garbage.
James
Put it down. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. 'Cause I'm looking it up already.
LeBron James went through this huge stretch where he didn't
5
even foul.
games is not a huge stretch.
Where he-
A and B.
That's almost impossible.
It's
that's
ridiculous.
almost impossible. In
But
the
it's
NBA.
because they didn't blow the
That's a-
whistle.
that's a
It's
little
not because
bit-
he didn't foul
Yeah,
anybody.
that's a little bit of BS.
Right.
But I'm just saying, good defenders don't get into foul trouble. That's
Okay,
that's
that,
just what it is.
that is a horrible
All
statement
right.
to
Well,
make.
whatever. Anyway,
Here, I have the top 5 players last year who. You want to go fouls per game, the average?
Yeah, sure.
Or do you want to go personal fouls?
no fouls per game.
Okay, so who do you think was number 1?
I don't know.
I have no idea. According to Smythe, it's going to be Rudy Gobert.
DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Number 2, Kristaps Porzingis.
Okay,
Number 3, Joel Embiid.
can't play defense. Horrible.
Number 4, Julius Randle. Number
still waiting for
5,
Rudy.
Marquise Morris.
Okay, so I want you to scroll down and tell me where Rudy Gobert is.
Find Rudy Gobert on that list.
And then
15th.
15th. Okay,
At 3 per game.
3 per game. I mean, that doesn't sound like foul trouble to me.
There are games he gets in the foul trouble.
That doesn't sound like foul trouble to me,
It
Smythe.
is foul trouble. You get
3
in the
per
foul-
game. How much does DeMarcus Cousins get? Average?
4.
4.
Oh no, one more foul. All I'm saying is that
It's an average.
good
It's an average.
Yes, good
4
defenders.
is a lot. Okay, never mind.
Good defenders
Okay, never
do get in the
I don't
foul
want to
trouble.
explain math. I don't want to explain math. To
You're
Smythe
saying
now.
Gobert's never been in foul trouble for us. That's what your logic
No,
is.
that's not what I said.
So
that's
what's your
not
logic?
what I said.
What is don't?
Huh?
What does don't mean?
He's not. You're not going to put him in the game and worry about he's going to get fouled
What
out.
does don't mean to you?
Sorry?
What does the word don't mean to you?
If you put him in the game, you don't have to worry about he's going to get fouled out.
Okay.
Or you have to take him out early because he got 2 early fouls. In the
Sometimes
first
you
quarter.
take him out early because he gets into foul trouble.
Now, now you changed it to sometimes.
It's part of the game.
Now you've changed it to sometimes.
Kai's getting
Now
in
you
foul
changed it
trouble.
sometimes. Now it's part of the game. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway. I don't even remember what we were talking about. Valanciunas can't play defense. That's what we were talking about. And yeah, I disagree with you highly that Kyle Lowry is the best player on that team. Wells. So, I think that was heated.
Not heated. It's good to have debate, guys.
Good to have debate. So, I guess we'll end the pod on that. Smythe, can you tell the folks at home where to find us?
You can find us on Twitter, on Instagram, on Tumblr, on Facebook, and on the Park Daily site.
You know, I never even looked at our Facebook page.
What?
I've never looked at our Facebook
Facebook
page
page is
once.
bomb. You
never
know why
looked at it
though?
once.
It has all our Instagram posts on it, so it looks like just a beautiful array of great
posts?
sports highlights. It's
Okay.
actually really good
Okay.
because of you. But whatever, it's a great place you can go, and you can just scroll and to your delight, play the videos. It's awesome.
Can somebody just go on our Facebook page and tell me? Like, tweet at me or something. Or go on my Instagram.
So you can see what it looks like.
Yeah, just-
You know what's also nice? Our Tumblr page is beautiful.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's our most interactive with social media.
Do the kids
site.
use Tumblr, Wells?
I'm not a kid.
Well,
Do the cool kids use Tumblr?
I don't have any kids.
you work at a
I
kitchen.
don't-
You where you work. Sorry. Putting his business out in Front Street.
Disrespect.
Putting his business out in Front Street. I'm just saying, don't you work with younger people?
Don't you?
Younger? No. All the
I
people I
do.
work for are older. Do the kids use
They
kids use
Tumblr. Do you know why they Tumblr though?
Why?
Tumblr is like rated R.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
Maybe we should download that.
oh.
Oh, now you're interested. Dirtball.
All right. So we're gonna end off like that.
Wait, man. What about where you can find my stuff?
Oh, sorry.
Never want
Apologies.
to plug me, man.
No
We
one cares.
plug you
anyway.
all the time, and you say don't plug you.
No.
Yes.
Let me plug my own stuff. At
All
the end.
right. Well,
This is
plug yourself.
your main show now, isn't it? Well,
No, there is no main show. There's
no
no
main show.
side show.
it is your main show.
There's shows. Okay.
See the look
Everyone
on your
has
face
their
right
shows.
now.
Anyways,
Where else can they find you? Well,
You can find me on the Horseplay podcast on Instagram.
And
Horseplay
you recorded today. You recorded today, right?
Can I?
Oh, okay. Sorry, you didn't say it. Sorry, what?
I wasn't done. You
I
wouldn't
wanted
give
to
me
make
a
sure you
chance.
didn't miss it.
son of a.
Okay, if everyone just
I'll put my mic down then.
Yeah.
All right, I'm walking away from the mic. I'm putting it
Good.
down.
You can find me, Horseplay Podcast, Horseplay_podcast on Instagram. You can download the Horseplay Podcast on iTunes. We record every Thursday, upload on Thursday. So if you want a double dose of me, you can get it on Thursdays and Fridays. And that's it, man. That
Mention the
felt
Park Daily.
you already did.
I want
We
you to
did.
mention it.
We
I
did.
thought you were done.
Yeah. You
this
left.
guy-
You walked
throw this
away.
guy off your
You left
balcony.
the set. God.
That's all I got to say. Thanks
All
for
right.
listening.
Guys, we're out. Make sure you reach out to us We are throwing some polls up on Twitter consistently now. Thanks for everyone who's interacting and everyone who's not. We want to hear your opinions. So give us a shout, leave some comments, and next week we'll shout you out on the air. All right? Talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye.
Nash Wells and Smythe host the Team Podcast. We love sports just like you.